comfortable, bring the best libs that Utah has to offer.
Counting or not counting gang violence? Great.
If you thought that my husband's mission was powerful before, you have no idea. You have no idea what you just have unleashed across this entire country and this world. You have no idea.
I want to be remembered for courage for my faith. That would be the most important thing. The most important thing is my faith.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome into CobraCast 199. I am your host, Jeremy Prime, Mage IDOT of Unit 199. Happy to see all of you here. I have to give full credit to that intro from this Twitter user. I don't know them, but I saw this right here. So this is their account. So I would urge you all to go follow this person right here. This is where I got it. So that is where the intro came from. So full credit to them. Mods, if you can look this person up and drop their link in the chat. That was a very powerful intro, and I thought it was very well done. So wanted to make sure we give full credit to the person that did it. And good stuff indeed. So I'll give you guys time and to find this account, and then I'll pin the link if you want to have it directly or go give it a like or whatever. But dang good edit right there. And Kate Banfield is the reason that I had to go live early, because I work for the chat. So Kate drops a 50 and says, "Can I force you to start earlier?" Well, of course, that's going to happen. So here we are. Thank you, Kate. So you knew as soon as I saw that, I'm like, okay, you're going to drop a 50. We're actually going to go early. All right. No doubt about it. But anyway, I don't even know if we have mods here yet. I could just get this Twitter account really quick, and I can drop it in the chat. Let's see. Let me get their account so we can share this. Let's see, share, copy link. Let's see if this works. Oh, Lady Aaron D's already got it. Look at there. Thank you, Lady Aaron D. Here we go. Thank you. Let's see, pin. Boom. All right, there it is. Okay, so you guys make sure you go and follow this account right here. They're the ones that did the intro that I just used. So shout out to them. Okay, so we have a lot to talk about, a lot to catch up on, and I'll give everybody time to roll in here. Jared the American says Gutfeld went off on Jessica on the 5 today. We're going to show that one. I got that one pulled up. Your Barmy says Jeremy hates us, making us look at this furry. Cash Kester says early and still kind of gay. What's up, brother? Hunter says, hail, we are Charlie Kirk. 100% agreed. Cash Kester says, damn it, now you have me in the feels. That was a really good edit, man. Full credit to that user. Gerald Armstrong says no unity. Agreed completely. Ryan Miller says this will be the kryptonite of the left, because they are digging themselves a deeper hole in denial. Just them to continue down this path. This may destroy what left of the Democratic Party. Agreed, man. Listen, their behavior right now has been astonishing in this situation, and I think we're going to jump right in, because this may be a longer stream, so we will see. But I mean, like today, this clip is going around now. I personally, I try not to talk about Destiny, because I think Destiny is a person that thrives off of the attention, and people that thrive off the attention, I don't want to, give them the attention. But he's on Piers Morgan right here. But I think that it's important to focus in on exactly what he says right here, because this is incredible. This is exactly it right here. So let's listen to what Destiny says here on Piers Morgan Uncensored.
I think that liberals need to wake up and finally realize that if they're not willing to do it, it will never come down. If you wanted Charlie Kirk to be alive, Donald Trump shouldn't have been president for the second term. Every time he's in office, this happens. People.
Wow. That is incredible. One more time so we can hear this.
Charlie Kirk to be alive, Donald to do it, it will never come down. If you wanted Charlie Kirk to be alive, Donald Trump shouldn't have been president for the second term. Every time he's in office, this happens. People joked about when Biden came in, it was so boring, nothing was going on. 7 out of 10 of the largest protests in American history have happened under Donald Trump. I think that liberals need to.
So, and I want to give the full context here, because I actually have seen what I watched the majority of this discussion on Piers Morgan. The context here is that Destiny refuses to denounce what happened to Charlie Kirk until Donald Trump gets up in front of the nation and says everyone needs to calm down. That is his stance. That's his official stance, is that why do you worry about what a YouTuber's saying when the president of the United States can't do this? Donald Trump has done this. Donald Trump has done this many times, and it never fucking works with the left. So now we're at a point where Trump is done with this shit, because they tried to kill Trump. They tried to kill Steve Scalise. They did kill Charlie Kirk. And then Destiny's argument is, when Biden was in office, we didn't have this type of danger and violence. I wonder why, Destiny. Because conservatives aren't running rampant with criminals burning cities to the ground in the name of George Floyd. It's when he says that, he says, we didn't have this type of things happening when Biden was in office, because conservatives are not out there killing people in the name of you're a Nazi, you're a fascist. It's absolutely insane, dude. It's insane. It's incredible. But like, he thrives off of this stuff. You know, Andrew Wilson was asking him about some of the comments he's made, and he just denies these things. So this is why, like, people like him and Hassan and all, like, I don't even care to like give them a ton of attention. Other people do, and that's fine. I'm not saying there's something wrong with it. I'm just saying, like, this is what he likes. He likes this type of attention. But in order to kind of show this, I thought this was very telling. One more time, it's important to hear this one more time. Now that I've given you the context of what his argument was, listen one more time.
Ever come down. If you wanted Charlie Kirk to be alive, Donald Trump shouldn't have been president for the second term.
That is the leftist mindset in a nutshell. That's it. They're simply saying, don't vote for the people we say to vote that you shouldn't vote for, or this is going to happen again. No unity at all. Again, thank you, Kate, for the 50 to get us started early. Appreciate you, Kate. Hail to you. Normal Man says, Vance, Erica Kirk 2028. Eric Heffelfinger for 10 says, I think we're going to have more attempts on people. Trump's crackdown is being met with violence. His crackdown is their justification, and he'll probably crack down more. I mean, like, yesterday I didn't go live because I'll be honest, like, and this doesn't happen to me this much, but social media is completely overwhelming right now to me. I can't get away from it. We are in a very like bad place right now on social media. It is tough. And no matter where you go on social media, you cannot get away from this stuff. It's bad. This is as bad as I have ever seen it. And understandably so. Charlie Kirk was just murdered, assassinated in front of the world. So I understand it, but it is horrible. The stuff I'm seeing from everywhere, no matter where you look, it is crazy. But So I was just like, I need to take a day to get away from some of this craziness, man, because it is everywhere, and it is not going to get any better. So I think everybody should at least take at least one day to kind of just chill, you know, from a social media standpoint. You know, we do have more updates on the killer. We have a few updates on him. And I think it's going to be really bad for a lot of these left-wing platforms here pretty soon. Cosmic Cowboy for 50 says, we are Charlie. I have never liked Destiny. He is a piece of crap. He is part of the problem, but his ego will never realize it. So many people are showing their true colors, good and bad. I don't think we can ever unite on anything anymore. Well, and thank you, Cosmic Cowboy. On that point, I don't disagree. I mean, and listen, we're just going ahead and jump right into this next story right here. Matt Walsh uploaded this video, and I've seen a lot of people talking about it, so we're going to react to it here live. I have not heard this. I know I know what he's talking about, but I haven't actually heard it. So let's hear what Matt Walsh has to say.
There is a fundamental difference between the cancel culture that the left engages in and the quote-unquote canceling that the right is doing in the wake of Charlie's assassination and the left's celebration of it.
100% agree already. Right out of the gate, I already agree. And all you need is a level of common sense to agree with what he's saying. Everybody agrees with that take. Everybody.
The difference is that the left will cancel you for saying objectively true, good, and normal things. To the extent that the right cancels you, it'll be for saying objectively abhorrent, perverse, and sick things. And this distinction matters. As I've said for years, the problem with the left's attack on speech is not just that they're attacking speech, but that they're attacking true and right speech. They want you to be fired for saying, for example, that men can't have babies and women don't have penises. The problem isn't simply that they're trying to get you fired for saying something. It's that they're trying to get you fired for saying the most basic and true things that it's possible for a person to say. The left's war on speech is not a war just on speech. It's a war on truth. They want to punish truth.
Imagine being so twisted up in your political mind that you think publicly celebrating the assassination of a husband and a father who's having conversations with college kids versus someone saying that, a man can't be a woman and vice versa. Imagine being that broken, but this is the left. This is where they are. They think that you should not be allowed to say obvious things that are true, yet they should be allowed to publicly celebrate the death, the public assassination of a husband and a father, speaking publicly to college kids. My goodness.
And that will always be worse. Obviously, significantly worse. There is a difference in kind between the statement, men aren't women, and the statement, Charlie Kirk deserved to die because he was a fascist, Nazi, racist bigot. What's the difference? Well, the first statement is the most obviously true thing that anyone can ever say. The second statement is a demented, deranged, perverse, sick, evil, wicked, horrendous, outrageous lie that not only smears the good name of an innocent man, but also implicitly encourages violence against the millions of people who agree with his politics. That's the difference. And the idea that we can't advocate social consequences against the latter statement without also accepting or approving of such consequences for the former statement is asinine. The idea that society must treat all speech exactly the same, as if it's impossible to distinguish between banal everyday truth and the deranged hallucinatory rantings of bloodthirsty sociopathic hobgoblins, is totally ludicrous. Now, I don't think that such ranting should be made illegal. I don't think that the people celebrating Charlie's death should be banned by the government from saying those things. But I do think it's good that these people lose their jobs.
Absolutely.
It's good that they are shamed and humiliated and must live with the repercussions for the rest of their lives. It's good if they wake up every day until they die wishing they had not said what they said.
Yes, agreed. If you work for a company and you decide to publicly celebrate the assassination of Charlie Kirk, almost any company in the United States of America is going to look at that and go, this is terrible for our business, period. This is terrible. Now, some companies may actually not have a problem with it. Hello, TMZ. And maybe TMZ can survive. I don't know. They're a huge company, because we all know, unless they have, further proof, all based on everything we have seen from TMZ, they straight up were laughing and cheering, publicly cheering, like they were watching a football game when the announcement was made that Charlie Kirk was dead. I see you, Az. What's up, brother?
That's what I want. I want them to wake up every single day, and the first thing they think is, my God, I wish I hadn't said that. It took my entire life off the rails. Everything has changed for the worse because I had to go and say the most vile and disgusting thing that anyone can ever say. I want that to be the first thought in their head every day when they wake up. We cannot have a civilized and decent society unless there are severe social consequences for people who express publicly these kinds of sentiments. Okay, because these people are barbarians. They are savages and should be treated as such. Free speech does not mean that we should act with anything but revulsion and disgust to people who say revolting and disgusting things and who in turn reveal themselves to be revolting and disgusting human beings. I'll take that nurse I mentioned earlier.
I remember when I saw the first time that I saw the video of George Floyd, and I remember going, oh man, that's bad. This is not good. And then I immediately went to, oh man, the media is going to use this and twist this into a race war. And then we couldn't question anything when we started to hear more details. You couldn't say anything about it. You couldn't question anything. You couldn't say, hold on just a minute now. Wait a minute. Oh, there's more video. Oh, there's more context here. Oh, wait, he has a long criminal history. Oh, wait, he had an amateur porn career. Oh, wait, no. The media didn't want to tell you any of that. So the anti-George Floyd stuff 100% was about the protection of George Floyd from the media and the left. Not because someone died. No one was cheering because someone died. But that anti-George Floyd sentiment was because of the media's lies. They lied. They told you he was a hero. They told you that you need to go steal Nikes because George Floyd died. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? A career criminal? And an amateur porn star that you guys don't want to talk about? And you're going to burn cities to the ground and other innocent people are going to die and be injured and lose their livelihood? And that's where the negativity came from. And guess what? With all of the horrific things that prominent people are saying about Charlie Kirk, nobody's looting. I don't see anybody looting a Bass Pro Shops. I don't see that happening. It's interesting how Nike stores got looted the moment George Floyd died, but Bass Pro Shops are okay.
Just think about this. Upon seeing that a man with a wife and 2 young children have been shot in the throat on stage, her first reaction was to cuss out his kids and his mother and gloat about the murder. Now, that sort of statement, look, I know we're all desensitized from being on the internet, but you have to understand, I mean, that is not just an expression of an opinion. That is a revelation of her character, and it is the character of someone who is barely human at this point, barely has a soul. You know, it's a character of someone who is unfit to live among civilized people, of someone who should be shunned and shamed and alienated by society. Not through force of law, not through legislation or legal consequence, certainly not through violence, but through social rejection. Because people who cuss out the children of men who are murdered on live TV deserve to be socially rejected. Because monsters should be treated like monsters, and she is a monster. Now, the left may now say that even if it doesn't infringe on free speech rights to fire someone for saying something abhorrent, that even so, we should have more grace and forgiveness. Well, guys, you should have thought of that before you spent the last 20 years trying to destroy our lives for saying anything that you even vaguely disagree with.
Exactly. Again, everything. What did I say the last time I was streaming? I've got my water right here in my Yeti cup, okay? And what happens when you start pouring water in this Yeti cup and you keep pouring and you get to the very top, and if you don't stop pouring water in this, it's going to overflow and you got a mess on your hands. We're done being tolerant with you pieces of shit. We have sat around and watched you pieces of shit try to change the rules, try to change facts. You've stolen elections. You've burnt cities to the ground. We're sick of this shit. We are completely done with it. You cannot stop this anymore. You have pushed everyone to their limit and they are fucking done. And now, a few of them are actually willing to have a conversation. Well, guess what? It's too late, because Charlie Kirk was having a fucking conversation and you murdered him and you celebrated it. Fuck you.
You should have thought of that before you danced on my friend's grave and laughed at his grieving widow. No, what you want is for us to grant you radical tolerance and acceptance while you continue to give us no such thing in return. But that deal doesn't work anymore, guys. The deal doesn't work. The deal is over. It's off. We never should have gone along with it to begin with, and now it is over. You will be held to your own standard. You will have your own rules enforced against you. You will be given your own medicine, whether you like it or not. And you will not like it.
Perfectly said from Matt Walsh. And hey, look, maybe they really are just genuine, or maybe they realize they have fucked up, because you have Whoopi Goldberg. Listen to what Whoopi Goldberg has to say now.
And what assassins should always remember is just because you take somebody out doesn't mean the message is going to stop. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's important to keep that in mind, because
oh, it's too late, because you know you have fucked up.
When you look at our loss of Martin Luther King, or name anyone who's been assassinated in this country, mm-hmm. we continue to fight on. And that's what America offers. It says, listen, you have the right to say and feel however you want. That is a birthright. You're born with that right. So taking somebody out is not the way to do it. You want to fight about something, then go to the ballot box. Go elect.
Oh, we already did, Whoopi. Yeah, we already did. His name is Donald Trump. He's your president. Won the popular vote. one every swing state, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Different people. Killing people doesn't do anything except make it a horrible world for their children. We'll be right back.
Yeah, all the hate, all the lies that The View has spewed over the last decade, and now you want to try to have a level head? It's too late for that. It's too late. You sat up there every day and said Donald Trump was a fascist and a Nazi. You sat up there every day and said Donald Trump needs to be arrested. You sat up there every day and accused him of things that were absolutely not true. Now you want to have a conversation. No, thank you. No, thank you. I'm not going to try to say your name, but thank you for the $50. I'm a Polish guy living in Germany, and this is really not only about America anymore. We all are Charlie Kirk now. He will be remembered as a saint. God bless all the good people in the world. Hail the 199. Thank you, brother, so much. I'll make sure to have Fear the Beardo say your name on Tuesday night's main event, since he can pronounce things better than me. But thank you so much for the super chat. I greatly appreciate it. Let's see. That's, of course, I mean, I may have fired Beardo. I don't know. That's the rumor on the internet. It's like I'm going to fire him now. But we'll see. Here's another one. Is it Vatic? Is that it? He says, people like Steven meeting Destiny. I think that's Steven's name. I think that's Destiny's name, right? Steven something. No, we're not doxing him. It's in his Twitter account, but people like Steven don't deserve debate or conversation. They clearly want to end everyone they do not agree with. They are not humans with morals. They are gross animals. Absolutely. Thank you so much. And yeah, is it Steve Bonner? Is that his name? Okay. Absolutely. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Our boy Az, hashtag Az was right about Starfield. They call you names so they feel justified in dehumanizing you and deleting you. 1000%. Hail Az, the silverback. The most memorable thing about Starfield is Az and his rants. Tolls for 20 says, we have laws in Australia restricting weapons. Many weapons that you can buy in Australia could have made that shot. It's not the weapon. It's the sick mind that pulls the trigger. R.I.P. Charlie Kirk. Well said. Thank you so much. Thank you. Let me see here. We've got Omar for 10 says, my dog died today. I just buried him. 17 years old, Boston Terrier. R.I.P. Hitch, man's best friend. It hurts, but this is where I turn in tough times. Hail the 199. Jeremy's gay, Meek's gay, and Beardo fat. Well, Omar, prayers up for you, brother. Dogs are absolutely family. And 17 years is a hell of a life, man. And that's the way you need to focus in on that. 17 years is a hell of a life for a dog, brother. So rest in peace. Rest in peace to Hitch. And prayers in the chat for you, brother. That's a good life, and you gave him a good life, and that's what you got to focus in on. That would be my advice on it. Null says, Destiny has 60 gigs of cheese pizza on his HDD. Paul Stella says, that whole video was great. Andrew Wilson was great. Slane Hope says, if you go early, talk slow so you sound normal at 2 times speed. Hunter says, long stream. Good, it's my Friday. I'm a bit effed up right now while trying to be what Charlie said we are and can be. Love the 199. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Hopefully we give you a little bit of entertainment tonight. Marcus says, Gina Carano canceled for warning about what would lead to Charlie's murder. Don't care how many of them lose their jobs. They canceled for less. Yes, they did. Absolutely. Let me get that evil demon off the screen. I apologize for that. We got Fat Wombat for 50 says, my university at Brisbane, Australia had students wear furry tails in solidarity of the murder of Charlie Kirk. I've lost so much faith in humanity. Good Lord, man. Well, you know what? I was wanting to, where's my phone at? I need to upload something so I can show you guys really quickly. So we actually had something happen in Pensacola today, actually. And let's see if I can get this video right here. Next. I meant to upload this earlier. Just put there. Okay, it'll take it a minute to upload. So let me show you guys what happened in my area today. And it's crazy, man. I think that was Eric edit. Let me see. I'll have to scroll here just a minute because I don't think I bookmarked it. A few people were tagging me in it, but craziness is everywhere right now, man. It really is. And so we have this thing here in Pensacola, Florida called Graffiti Bridge, and it's where people put a lot of artwork and things like that. And people are always painting over things on Graffiti Bridge. So I kind of expected what happened to happen, but it doesn't change the fact that it's truly disgusting what we had. And so yesterday I drove past this actually. So someone painted this right here, rest in peace to Charlie Kirk, on Graffiti Bridge. Overnight, Antifa terrorists showed up and destroyed it, because of course they did, because this is what these people are. They're evil, they're horrible, and I am just disgusted. But you know, let me show you this. So this is me today, actually. So I decided to head over there to see, and as soon as it was reported, I headed over there, and some brave patriots took care of it. So this is right here. This is over near the bay, and this is me driving over to that area. Yes, car video. And so I'm about to get there. Let's see here, right here. So take us directly over to where Graffiti Bridge is. All right, so you will be seeing it here in just a second. And it has already been covered up. All of the disgusting art has been covered up. So we've got a few people out here. Yep, it has been covered up. So right there, that right there is where it was, and people have already covered it up. So you know, so again, this is originally what it was. Antifa terrorist says a good Nazi is a dead Nazi. And you know, putting their free Palestine bullshit all over it. And so people have already covered that up. It was actually these guys right here. These couple of dudes right here. It was these guys that had covered all the bullshit up. Yep, it has been covered up. So there you have it. So there we go. So I did get confirmation of that, but it doesn't change the fact that it's just horrible, man. So again, people are always going to paint over Graffiti Bridge. It's just part of it. We always see different stuff over there whenever I'm over in that area. So, but I knew as soon as this was up, I was like, oh man, that's not good. That's not good at all, because I feel like people are just going to destroy that. And that's exactly what happened. Sick, twisted people. Jeeping Baylor for 50 says, did you see Gutfeld eviscerate Jessica Tarlov on the 5 today? It was epic. I have not seen it, but I do have that. I do have that saved. So if you guys want to react to that right now, we can. Let me find it really quickly. Is this it? Okay. So apparently this is it. So let's check this out. Thank you, Jeeping Baylor, for the 50. So apparently this happened on the 5 today. I have not seen this yet, but I heard about it.
Yes, we don't need it. What is interesting here is, why is only this happening on the left and not the right? That's all we need to know.
What about
There's
Vance
absolutely no cognitive.
What about Melissa Hortman that we just
okay, you want to talk about Melissa Hortman? Did you know her name before it happened? None of us did. None of us were spending every single day talking about Mrs. Hortman. I never heard of her until after she died.
She doesn't matter?
Don't play that bullshit with me. You know what I'm saying is there was
Turn it up. That's as loud as I can. That's as loud as I can get it, unless the YouTube video. Again, some of these I don't understand why. I don't understand why Twitter videos sometimes the volume is so low. So let me see if I can find it over here on their YouTube channel. Give me just a second. Yeah, I know. I could tell it was a little quiet when I played it. So let's see here. Nope, I don't have a YouTube cut. This is the best we can do right here.
no demonization, amplification about that woman before she died. It was a specific crime against her by somebody who knew her. The same. Now you could bring up Josh Shapiro, but then you will not bring up, for example, that was a pro-Palestine person.
I've already addressed this. For fuck's sake, Jeremy, get the audio volume extension Asman uses. I've already addressed this. I have it, but it doesn't work on shitty StreamYards. If I used OBS, I could, but then I couldn't highlight your wonderful comments calling me gay. So which do you want? You want me to highlight your wonderful comments calling me gay or boost the audio?
So don't use your, what about this? The fact of the matter is the both sides argument not only doesn't fly, we don't care. We don't care about your both sides argument. That shit is dead. For one thing, there is no cognitive dissonance on our side. On your side, your beliefs do not match reality. So you're coming up with these rationalizations like, what about this? Or what about that? We're not doing that because we saw it happen. We saw a young, bright man assassinated, and we know who did it. We are not coming up with rationalizations. We are calm, we are honest, and we are resolute. We're not defensive, and I understand the defensiveness. I understand why people are saying, what about this and what about this? Because if you have to face the underlying fact to this, your life is going to fall apart because you're going to realize you're not the good guys. If you sat around and you defended the mutilation of children, you're not the good guys. If you sat 600, 700 cases of harassment against Republicans and you said, but what about this? What about this? And then you see this murder after calling somebody a fascist, you realize maybe I'm not the good guy. That is a hell of a realization to deal with. So therefore, you have to grasp at rationalizations. You don't have to do that, Jessica. They do. I don't believe you're part of that group, but why the hell do you have to mimic and echo that crap to us? He was a patsy. That guy was a patsy. He was under the hypnotic spell of a direct-to-consumer nihilism, the trans cult, and you know that. If you can decide that biology is false, you can agree that murder is okay and that humanity is expendable. How you cannot see that alone and see that for what the evil it is without having to attach all of these other things is beyond me.
I just want to be clear. I want to let people speak. I in no way intended at all to minimize what happened to Charlie. I was horrified by it. I have not been on the five
but
since
the two
then.
sides argument, well, it's like pig Latin to a duck.
No. All that I was saying is could we have all of the information before you just say they did this? Because that
we already fucking know they did it. They talk about it all day long on social media. What the fuck are you talking? This is why we knew who did it. We knew who did it because they constantly promote this shit. They are constantly fantasizing about the death of Donald Trump, about the death of JD Vance, about the death of Elon Musk, about the death of anybody that calls them out on their bullshit. This is how we fucking know. And guess what? We were right. Once again, he was a fucking weirdo lefty who was into transgender bullshit. He hated Charlie Kirk. We knew this.
That is a broad brush to paint with this. And this kid
Let's have a conversation.
No.
Charlie had a conversation. He got shot.
I
Look,
understand.
I'm sorry, Jessica. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you weren't here for a week. You came in here and it's cold, and I'm sorry. But this is a story that is immune to news cycles. It's immune to rationalizations. It's immune to bias. This thing is with us for good. And we all have to deal with that. So that means we can't live by the same arguments that you might be reading about relativism among the media. We can't deal with those stories. It doesn't matter. The media is dead to us on this story. They built this thing up. We're dealing with it. We're going to act. We don't care what the whataboutism is anymore. That shit's dead. Sorry. For the swearing as well. I apologize to the American public. I'm going to shut up for the rest of the show. Yes.
That is the energy we need. That's the energy we have to continue to have, because the frustration level from people is we're done, man. That's what I'm talking about. You have filled this water bottle up to the top, and then you just kept pouring and you kept pouring and you kept pouring. And it's not that hard to have sympathy. It's just not. And this is the problem with people on the left. They don't know how to have sympathy, generally speaking. Do you want me to give you an example of someone on the left that if everybody on the left would have said this, you'd have, well, if everybody on the left had the mindset that this person had in this statement, Charlie Kirk would probably still be alive. I'm just seeing this release. Regardless, and I don't really know her politics specifically, but I would guess that they are very, 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 very far left. Jamie Lee Curtis releases a statement. Jamie Lee Curtis grew emotional during Charlie Kirk's murder on the WTF podcast. I quote, "I disagree with him on almost every point I ever heard him say, but I believe he was a man of faith, and I hope in the moment that he died that he felt connected with his faith. Even though his ideas were abhorrent to me, I still believe he's a father and a husband and a man of faith, and I hope whatever connection to God means that he felt it." That's a perfect statement. It's a perfect statement. Why can't lefties keep people humanized? Why can't they? She clearly made it clear, I don't agree with anything. That's fine. Whatever. All right. But she qualified it. He's a father and a husband and a man of faith. She kept him as a human being, even though she disagreed with everything he said. She didn't dehumanize him. I don't know anything. I would assume she's a leftist lunatic. I haven't paid much attention to her politics, but she's probably out there with like J.K. Rowling and shit like that. But that's the thing is if the majority of these nut jobs on the left could talk like that and have that type of mindset towards tragedy and things like that, but they can't. Yeah, a lot of you are saying she is. Oh, her son is trans. Oh, God. Yep, there you go. There you go. Jason Platten for $20 says, I usually don't publicize my politics on social media, but these midterms, I'm going to share a picture of an I voted sticker on my shoulder and simply state #4Charlie. F these demons. I'm not scared anymore. Let's freaking go. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate you, brother. Fat Wombat says, RIP to the great Charlie Kirk. He saw the change he wanted to be. Yeah, man. Like I said, the more stuff I see from him, and I've been bookmarking like, a bunch of stuff. And he really was something else, man. I mean, this guy he was on point. He really was. Like, again, I want to remind you, this is the person that the left says was a terrible person. This is the guy that the left is saying was a terrible person. Listen to this.
Thank you guys for a respectful conversation, even though we see things very differently. And if you're engaged in the creation of that content, I think God has a better plan for you. I know that might sound preachy and not what you want to hear, but maybe you'll have an encounter with God, and Jesus loves all of you, and he can transform your life. He transformed my life, and every day is a new day, and it's a hopeful, beautiful life ahead of you. And God loves every single one of us. We're all sinners, and Jesus died.
I mean, you've
for us.
definitely been the most respectful one that I've seen.
Well, thank you. That's very.
Met.
Very kind. And I can tell you, it's not me. If it was me, I'd be yelling and screaming. It's the Holy Spirit. It really is. I know it might sound silly. It might sound cliche, but Jesus has gone to work on my life. And so God bless you guys. Thank you for a great discussion.
Charlie, thank you for coming.
How can you hate this guy? Like, how can you hate Charlie Kirk? I don't understand it. Now, again, you maybe not like, again, you can not like the guy. You cannot agree with the guy, whatever. But pure hatred, I don't understand it. Pure hatred, I don't know, man. Padre for 20 says the devil is a liar and a murderer. Charlie defended the lives of the unborn and biological, spiritual, and logical truth. Satan feared him. As a result, never been a wider gulf between the godly and the godless. Thanks, Jeremy. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat and for the kind words. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, look, I mean, even me, like again, it's going to be a process, but like even me, I'm trying to cuss less. I'm not going like when we play Mario Kart, I'm going to fail all day, but I am trying to cuss less just because it's, you know, it's not necessary to cuss as much as I usually cuss unless I'm playing a video game. But I'm trying to cut back. Just because I think it, you know, again, no promises during Mario Kart. I am not making promises, but you know, and there will occasionally be somebody I roast and all of that, but I'm just trying to dial it back. Okay, that's it. Mike said you're trying. No, well, Mike, we know you're not going to make it, brother. Pins fan for life for 10 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. Elite Neo for 50 says, hey, Jeremy, I also passed by Graffiti Bridge to survey the damage when I got back from Panama City early today. Makes my blood boil knowing we've got vandals like that in our hometown. Maybe it's high time for some security cams in that area. Security cams will do wonders. And listen, man, I mean, again, I'm really happy that I'm in the state of Florida with, you know, all of the, you know, freedom we have, the free state of Florida. And yeah, I mean, here in the Panhandle area, I mean, I think it's like 60-40. It's not like it's red, but it's not super, super red. You know what I mean? Yeah, so it's crazy knowing that some of these lunatics are running around, but they're everywhere though. They are everywhere. Sadly enough. James for 20 says, I've never felt so much sorrow for a man I have never met. It feels like part of the light of our world went out. Well said. Yeah, I mean, I was never a fan of Charlie Kirk. I've never claimed to be. You know, years ago, I wasn't. I think I'd said like I don't like Charlie Kirk, you know, because all I knew him from was Turning Point USA, and then later on I retracted that a couple of years ago or whatever because of all the work he was doing for President Trump. But I didn't watch the guy. I didn't pay attention to what he was saying. I knew of the work. I saw him one time at a Turning Point Action conference. And when I say I saw him, because I saw him many times for like speeches at Turning Point events, but when we were outside in line waiting to get into the event, Charlie Kirk was out there just meeting people and shaking hands and getting pictures and things like that. But I didn't know, you know, him like the people that followed him knew him. I didn't, you know, see a lot of his clips and all of that. And I'm sad that I didn't, but now that I am seeing them, I do really understand just how on point this guy was. And there's been a lot of discussion about who's going to replace Charlie Kirk, who's going to replace him. And nobody's going to replace Charlie Kirk. It's just not going to happen. Just like no one replaced Rush Limbaugh. That's not really going to happen. And I think that no one person is going to replace Charlie Kirk, but I think that what happened to Charlie Kirk has created such a groundswell that it's going to be an unstoppable force. And Joe Rogan. No, I mean, look, Joe Rogan's Joe Rogan. So, and I know there's this is why, like, it is so hard to navigate Twitter right now and social media. It's not just Twitter, but I mean, like, the narrative. Listen, don't make me, for the life of me, do not make me defend little Ben Shapiro. I can't stand Ben Shapiro. There is this narrative out there that Ben Shapiro is taking over Turning Point USA. There is nothing to support that claim. There is zero. But I see tweets with like 50, 60, 70,000 likes. There's zero proof to support this claim. It's all because Ben Shapiro said that we're going to pick up that bloodstained microphone that Charlie left behind, which is a horrible statement, by the way. What a horrible statement. But he said, like, it's going to be many people. And people took that as Ben Shapiro's taking over Turning Point USA. That is not what was said. Now, could that be the ultimate scheme of Ben Shapiro? Potentially. But there's nothing to support that claim right now. Not only that, Ben Shapiro can never fill the shoes of Charlie Kirk. And I mean that from a standpoint that Ben Shapiro is, I just don't think Ben Shapiro is a good person personally. I think he's a very, very manipulative piece of shit. But whereas Charlie Kirk was a genuine man of that, there's this difference of one person is America first and the other guy is Israel first. So there's that. Kind of a big difference. So I don't think there's any. It's not even close. But yeah. Lieutenant, or is it light heavy metal? I'm sorry. $50 says my favorite hono-sexual is on deck. Salute. Hono? Is that what it is now? Thank you for the 50. I appreciate it. JRG Project says the most dangerous thing about Charlie Kirk was he had no scandals and or controversies that are common with many personalities in the commentary world on both left and right. Rush, Hannity, Tucker, but not Charlie. I can name a name, and I bet 50% of you, I don't know. I'm curious what you guys think about the name I can throw out there that could become the new face of the conservative movement. But this person is not overly political. But this person is very much a Christian. Does anyone have any guess as to who this could be? So he's not overly political, but he is extremely, extremely religious. Not Ryan. Some of you are gonna. I'm interested. Somebody said it. The chat's moving too fast. Who said that? G-Man said it. Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow. If Tim Tebow decides to actually get into politics, Tim Tebow could be the face of the conservative movement. He's genuinely a great human being, like legitimately a great human being. And if you look up the story of Tim Tebow, and his parents were missionaries, his mom was told to abort him or her life was going to be in danger. She chose not to. He's homeschooled. He's a perfect American, a Christian who cares about people. He's great, man. But that would be, I don't think he'll ever get into politics, unfortunately, sadly, but he should. He's a great guy. Jeffrey Jackson for $100 says, I've followed Charlie Kirk for years. I never saw him being disrespectful to anyone. Appreciate the coverage. Thank you, Jeffrey Jackson. I appreciate it, man. Nerdrotic is takeover of Turning Point. Come on, man. You think Gary could do it? Thank you, Jeffrey Jackson. You think Gary? You guys want that? You guys want to can we start a movement of Gary for Turning Point? How do you think that'll go? How do you think that? There's a lot of no. Greg Kirby spamming no. Trying to find it right here. See right here. This is why. This is for those of you that don't know who Tim Tebow is. I want to play this really quick, okay? Because I think if Tebow gets into politics, he could be the man.
I was playing for the Denver Broncos, and we were playing the Pittsburgh Steelers in the NFL playoffs, and we win in overtime. I still think it's the fastest overtime in NFL history. Right before I walk in this big room packed full of media, there's all these curtains out front, and I'm standing in front, and Patrick, our PR guy, said, Timmy, do you realize what happened? Yeah, we just beat the Steelers. We're going to play the Patriots. He's like, yeah, I know what happened, dude. No. Do you know what happened? I thought I did. He said, Timmy, it's exactly 3 years from the night that you wore John 3:16 under your eyes. I'm like, that's awesome. And he said, no, you don't realize it. During the game, your yards per rush were 3.16. Your yards per completion were 31.6. The ratings for the night were 31.6. And the time of possession was 31.6. And during the night, over 90 million people have Googled John 3:16. It's the #1 trending thing all over. I was playing for the Denver Broncos.
And after that, he never started another game. Well, he started the next game and lost to Tom Brady, and then he never started another game after that because there was too many people. In my opinion, there were too many people that were looking into Christianity and looking into the messages that he was pushing. And he never. They just got rid of him. But they surely kept some other clowns in the league. So. But I'm not going to go off on that rant right now. But the NFL absolutely hated Tim Tebow. They absolutely hated Tim Tebow. I will die on that hill. So, thank you, Jeffrey. I appreciate it. Let's see here. We've got Carl for 20 says, I sent you a message on a platform that I can't mention on Super Chat. Charlie Kirk's legacy will live on. And become even bigger than he could have ever imagined. People going to church and a huge protest in the UK. It is a game changer, man. I agree completely. The movement is unbelievable right now, and there's more to this. So I want to show you guys this really quickly because this was pretty big. The news that we got today, which kind of goes into the gaming community of everything that we've seen from that world. But right here, breaking, Charlie Kirk assassin Tyler Robinson appears to have confessed to his friends in a Discord chat shortly before turning himself in. Quote, this is the quote. Now, let me tell you the quote first. Hey guys, I have bad news for you all. It was me at the UVU yesterday. I'm sorry for all this. I'm surrendering though, through a sheriff friend in a few moments. Thanks for all the good times and laughs. Discord released a statement a couple of days ago claiming that they investigated themselves and found no planning or anything on their platform. For those that don't know, Discord's full of shit. Discord is from a communication standpoint, it's a great platform from a communication standpoint, but it's a leftist shithole ran by leftist pieces of shit. And they will ban you for anything over there. And I know people that have been banned, all of that. We have to keep certain things in line over there, or they're going to shut our server down. I fucking hate Discord. But yeah, so Discord investigated themselves. Only to a few days later, we find out, oh, wait a minute. Looks like you guys lied. So Grum says he told everybody on Discord that he did it. Every Antifa Discord server is in full panic right now because I'm pretty sure the government will be looking very, very hard at private servers that are stirring up political violence. Don't bother scrubbing. Discord saves everything, even if you delete. I am looking forward to all the Antifa mods collectively crapping their pants today. So there you have it. Smart Review says, I hope you're okay, Jeremy. Last week was terrible. I appreciate it, man. And yeah, it's been a rough week, but here we are. It was a rough week, and not just, it's for a lot of people, for everybody. I feel like this affected everybody. This transcended politics. I think everybody struggled in some capacity. If you're not a crazy leftist, the crazy leftists were celebrating, but normal people were looking at this thinking this is awful. So I'm going to be interested to see how this goes for Discord. We also have, I'm not going to show it, but I saw a meme that being created on Discord. I'm sorry, on Reddit. There was a meme on Reddit of Erica Kirk. And let's just say that there was someone doing something extremely graphic to her. And I'm like, what the fuck? It's just like Asmongold said, man, these people are out there. You need to start monitoring these lunatics. I remember the first time that I saw that I was hang on. Oh, Steph is can I say that publicly? I just got a message, so but yeah, like Asmongold talked about this, the discussions going on Reddit, on Discord, on Blue Sky, they're telling you what they're capable of, because as I have said many, many times, normal people do not get on social media and fantasize about murdering other people. They don't get on social media and, go in depth about all of these sexual fantasies that they have and all of this. It just doesn't happen. Growing up playing sports, there's this famous term, locker room talk, and it's a real thing. Locker room talk is where men get in the locker room and say a bunch of shit to each other. But one thing we don't do is we don't talk about kids. We just don't. It never happens. And we're also not fantasizing about killing people. It doesn't happen because it's not normal to do that. So Steph, Minority Home, just messaged me. She said she is at the memorial right now. So hail Steph, Minority Home. She's at the Charlie Kirk Memorial right now. That's awesome. So prayers up for the Charlie Kirk Memorial. But this is happening everywhere on these Discord servers, on Reddit, on Blue Sky. The fact that Parler got taken down out of the App Store and Blue Sky is still up, that is fucking crazy. Like, absolutely nuts. Heavy Metal for 20 says, never watched Charlie. This has caused me to watch a lot. His voice definitely has become louder. 1000%, man. And I've been watching a lot of stuff from him too. And Heavy Metal for 100 says Discord became is left-wing crap, but we never get EFAP without it. Don't blame the platform, blame the users. Absolutely. In terms of the infrastructure of the platform, it's a great platform. It's a great platform. But the people that are involved in it, it's just like anything else. Like the gaming community, like gaming is, there are far more conservatives in gaming than left-wingers. Gamers don't give a shit. They're not offended over things. But the people that control the gaming community, they keep it to where it's a left-wing echo chamber. So it's like Call of Duty trying to get rid of toxic voice chat. You created toxic voice chat. You created it. And now you want to say you guys can't be mean on our game lobby. It's like, what are you talking about? Thank you, brother, for the multiple super chats. I really appreciate it. Arclight with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Arclight. Hail to the gifties in the chat. Jason, for 20, Jason Platt says, I'm a manager and I would fire someone immediately for cheering murder because I know now that they want death to coworkers and customers that think differently, and the safety of the people in my company is my responsibility. Well said. Well said indeed. Indy I says, I thought Destiny was a game. Who is he? Some fig? Yeah, well, they're both. I don't like the game Destiny or the streamer Destiny. Ryan Miller says, and to follow up, I want the left to continue to go down this path. I fully endorse it. So let us not interrupt our enemy while they make mistakes. That's my stance right there. Joey says, at the LSU game, they paid tribute to Charlie Kirk and the stadium erupted chanting USA, go Tigers. That's awesome. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot says, after listening to Destiny here, I wrote, if I had a bottle of water and Destiny was on fire, I'd drink it. He is vile, hateful, and a deranged POS. Very true. It's very true. Sneaky Singy for 10 says, if it was 10 days ago, this psychotic sect was pitching a tent hoping for a certain outcome regarding a brief absence of Trump, they are all beyond salvation and redemption. You are correct. That's exactly what happened. You are right. It was about 10, 12 days ago that they were praying for the end of Donald Trump. That's what they were doing. Crazy. I forgot all about that. You are correct. Coley says, happened to me today, was catching up with an old coworker from my previous job, and he was justifying the murder despite me repeating that a man was murdered for his opinion. It's affected, it's transcended politics because that is at the core of it right there. A man, a husband, a father was murdered because of his opinion, because of his willingness to have a conversation. That's why he was killed. That doesn't make sense to anyone. No one is going to think that that's okay. 0 people are going to look at this and go, yeah, that's okay. That's totally okay. Crazy, man. The hell are we doing? Aggie Orphans for 10 says, let's see. Apart from you guys, I always looked up to and envied the faith he and my brother shared. At work, I saw my coworker laughing at what happened. For the first time in 25 years, I went to church to pray. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. You know what? As a matter of fact, I have another clip to show you on that front. I don't know how many of you have seen this, but this is a super cool clip. Regular people are waking up, and this is freaking awesome right here. Let me find it. All right, right here. Have you guys seen this video yet? This is awesome. All right, just watch.
You know, I don't come from any kind of money, and I've never owned a suit before. My wife, she bought me this suit. Our anniversary's coming up, and we have a nice anniversary plan. You know, we make a little bit of money now, and I'm proud to say that because that's certainly not where either one of us comes from. And I feel good in this suit, man. And I just want my wife to know she made me feel good. It's a $300 suit. I ain't never had nothing like this before in my life. And I tell you what, okay, video flip here, so I'm going to lose some of you. I didn't know Charlie Kirk, never met that guy before in my life. And something else that I've never done before in my life is believe in God. I'm going to wear this suit to church. I'm going to go to church. I'm going to try to be a better father, husband, and leader for my family. They deserve that. My phone fell down. I guess that's the devil trying to fuck me up or mess me up right now. I'm gonna try, y'all. Look at this suit. I look good, bro. My wife made me feel this way. Charlie's made me feel this way. Yeah. Message over.
Sir, you belong on Cobra Cast. Like, you would fit right into Cobra Cast with those skills right there. So, but yeah, man, that's an awesome video, man. You love to see that stuff, man. That's great. When that video fell, I was like, you know, if me and Gary can make it, anybody can make it, and that's case in point right there. So. Let's see here. Heavy metal for $100. Says Dear 199. I love you. We're on the same page. I don't care about Discord terms of service. I get to chat and say toxic shit with my 2 adult sons on Saturday night. None of us have been banned. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Man, heavy metal's dropping bombs. That's awesome, man. Thank you so much. Alex Jones brought up the Pensacola deal. Okay, that's awesome. Thank you again so much. I appreciate it. Zanaximus for 50 says, hey, Jeremy, I got here a bit late. Was curious if you had commented on the Steam on JD Vance or the stream on JD Vance's Words with Charlie Kirk show. If you did, I could check out the playback. As always, thanks for all the coverage. Hail the 199. Rest in peace, Charlie. No, that is next up. So you rolled in here right in time. So thank you, Zanaximus. We're about to play that, actually. So let me go ahead and pull that up right now. So JD Vance today hosted the Charlie Kirk show, and I watched a good majority of it. And let me just tell you, it was awesome. JD Vance is incredible. JD Vance has proven to be potentially like the greatest VP ever. It really is amazing. And he stepped up today. He was extremely close with Charlie Kirk. And he has proven that he is going to be pretty much, if we continue on the path that we're on, JD Vance looks like he could be unbeatable in 2028 if we continue on the path we're on. So we're going to listen to this. Jackie Johnson says Johnson, I'm sorry, for a proper 199 says, we have freedom to speech, but not to kill. Love your cast, Jeremy. Thank you, Jackie, for the proper 199. Now, we do normally have, I don't know if you guys saw Sydney Sweeney at the Emmys last night, which is the only reason to watch the Emmys. Okay? It's the only reason. And I think she did a good job. I think she did a great job. I think she, I think she did a great job. I'm pretty impressed. So she did good, right? I mean, I think she just did a good job. Well, she did a really good job, and I really appreciate her. Appreciate what she brought to the table. I thought it was very, 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 very respectable. Okay? But thank you for the proper 199. All right, we're going to... I see Laughing Man yelling at me. Play it. I did. Well, we'll play that, but we got to get that clip downloaded. But we got to play JD right here. Okay. So JD Vance had, many people from the Trump administration on. He had Tucker Carlson on. He had many people on. They had great conversations about Charlie Kirk. And 48 really did hold it down today. These are his closing thoughts. It's put into 2 clips here. So I'll get the next clip ready. But let's listen to 48 really quick.
And was buried and rose again on the 3rd day. Charlie believed, as I do, that all the truth he told flowed from that fundamental principle. I really do believe that we can come together in this country. I believe we must. But unity, real unity, can be found only after climbing the mountain of truth. And there are difficult truths we must confront in our country. One truth is that 24% of self-described, quote, very liberals believe it is acceptable to be happy about the death of a political opponent, while only 3% of self-described very conservatives agree. 3% is too many, of course. Another truth is that 26% of young liberals believe political violence is sometimes justified. And only 7% of young conservatives say the same. Again, too high a number. In a country of 330 million people, you can, of course, find one person of a given political persuasion justifying this or that or almost anything. But the data is clear. People on the left are much likelier to defend and celebrate political violence. This is not a both sides problem. If both sides have a problem, one side has a much bigger and malignant problem, and that is the truth we must be told. That problem has terrible consequences. The leader of our party, Donald J. Trump, escaped an assassin's bullet by less than an inch. Our House Majority Leader, Stephen Scalise, came within seconds of death by an assassin himself. And now, the most influential conservative activist in generations, our friend Charlie, has been murdered. This violence, it doesn't come from nowhere. Now, any political movement, violent or not violent, is a collection of forces. It's like a pyramid that stacks on top, one support on top of the other. That pyramid's got a foundation of donors, of activists, of journalists, now of social media influencers, and of course, of politicians. Not every member of that pyramid would commit a murder. In fact, over 99%, I'm sure, would not. But by celebrating that murder, apologizing for it, and emphasizing not Charlie's innocence, but the fact that he said things some didn't like, even to the point of lying about what he actually said, many of these people are creating an environment where things like this are inevitably going to happen. A couple of months ago, I headlined a fundraiser in Southern California, and since we'd be out there anyways, my wife and I decided to take our kids to Disneyland one weekend. We had fun, and to be clear, most of the guests said very nice things, or they just left us alone. But there was a loud and very cool minority that would shout at my children, who were 8, 5, and 3, whenever they got the opportunity. "You should disown your dad, you little shit," one middle-aged woman yelled.
So we're going to go to the next part here that is clipped out. It's going to back it up a little bit.
Be out there anyways, my wife and I decided to take our kids to Disneyland one weekend. We had fun, and to be clear, most of the guests said very nice things, or they just left us alone. But there was a loud and very cool minority that would shout at my children, who were 8, 5, and 3, whenever they got the opportunity. "You should disown your dad, you little shit," one middle-aged woman yelled at my 5-year-old. "Tell the Secret Service to protect the Constitution, not your father," screamed another. Are these women violent? Probably not. Are they deranged? Certainly. And while our side of the aisle certainly has its crazies, it is a statistical fact that most of the lunatics in American politics today are proud members of the far left. After Charlie died, one of his friends and one of our senior White House staffers had left-leaning operatives in his neighborhood passing out leaflets telling people what he looked like and where he lived, encouraging neighbors to harass him or, God forbid, to do worse. While he was mourning his dead friend, he and his wife had to worry about the political terrorists drawing a big target on the home he shares with his young children.
JD Vance is awesome. And I don't know how long his appearance on the Charlie Kirk show was today, but I watched a good portion of it, and he was great. And I know that it was not easy for him to, do that. I know he's the vice president. I know he's going to step up, but I mean, this is a very close personal friend that was assassinated at the age of 31. He was so good. This is our guy right here. This is 48. He was amazing, and everybody gave him rave reviews for his appearance. So, yeah, man, I would highly recommend everybody go check it out. You can find it on Rumble or on YouTube, whatever platform you prefer. I saw at one point, Rumble had like, I don't know, was it like 250,000 people watching? I think YouTube had like 120,000 watching concurrently. It was crazy. It was crazy. Demi Storm for 20 says, don't let the momentum ease. Be as horrified in 6 months as you are right now. Well said. Be as determined to make it right in 2 years' time as you are right now. Love Jesus forever as much as you do right now. Never give up. Very well said. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. That's very well said. Squiddy Girl with 2 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. Anima Chain says, all the real ones, all the best people, they are all on our side. God bless you, Charlie. We will unite and your memory will never be forgotten. Well said. Piano Dean says, think about this. Charlie was murdered for using the First Amendment the way it was meant to be. Used by someone using the Second Amendment the way it was never meant to be. That's a very interesting way to look at it. Hi, this is Dustin for 10 says the fact that geez, I mean, thank you. The fact that I'll just say cuck like Destiny is taking seriously as a political commentator is laughable. I don't know who, I mean, I don't know why people even give to Destiny the time of day. I really don't, but it is what it is. Muller Ram says, in Gary's new Decline of Hollywood Supercut, he showed a picture of you and Ryan when he was talking about the gay rom-com called Bros. Should the Snake Pit go after him and Perry Chan? War? I mean, I'm sure Tree Bear can cook something up, okay? I'm sure Tree Bear can cook something up. We'll handle that. Ryan for 10 says, my little sister who lives in Arizona is going to Charlie's funeral on Sunday, thinking of flying out of California to join her. State Farm Stadium is going to be insane. That's going to be a wild, wild day, man. It really will be. I'll probably cover it. So yesterday you had what was there, like a memorial yesterday? And I was going to go live for that yesterday, and then I was actually going to go live for JD Vance today, but I got to thinking about it. I says, I just don't want to sit here and just, watch JD Vance talk about Charlie Kirk. People can just go directly to the channel and support over there if they want. I don't know. I didn't want to sit there and during a memorial and just, collect super chats or whatever. I just didn't want to do it. I don't know. I just figured people would just watch it directly. That's the better way to do it. Keenan from Mirror Message says, I finished Animal Kingdom, the series last week. I like it more than the Australian movie. I have not seen the Australian movie, but I love the series. I was not even aware of the Australian movie, but I do want to watch it. But I love Animal Kingdom, the series. I think it's great. Blue Jay for 10 says, Tebow is a great guy, but I doubt he has the knowledge or debate gift of Charlie. Andrew Wilson needs to take over for Charlie. Andrew's our best master debater. He is a Christian man and a soldier of God. I don't really watch Andrew Wilson. I mean, I know of him, obviously, but I don't know a lot about him. But the thing about Charlie Kirk is that there's this, he's nice. Like, he's just a nice guy. And there's no rhyme or reason to how you become this voice or whatever. Like there's no way to kind of figure that out. But like that void, it can't be filled by someone that is like for instance, like when people bring up Ben Shapiro, well, first of all, he's Israel first and not America first. But Ben Shapiro is just, he's not a very likable person. Man, I know he's popular. I know he's very popular, but he's just not likable. Just nothing likable about Ben Shapiro. What's the word I'm looking for with Ben Shapiro? He basically is pretentious. He's a pretentious douchebag is what he is. And so he already thinks he already thinks he's smarter than you, no matter what. Like as soon as the conversation starts, he's already decided that he's smarter than you and he knows more than you. So I just, Z Herbs and Spices says the left is effing insane. It's making me mad. These people are so disingenuous and acting like their free speech is being hurt. We are playing the game by their rules. Chris Joe says people of all ages want to start a new TP USA chapter in schools, but also parent groups and beyond. Nearly all of the merch from TP USA, Charlie Kirk Show, and Erica Kirk's Proclaim 365 online store is sold out. Wow. Yeah, I mean, the signups have been incredible. The signups have been it's been unbelievable to see the amount of people signing up. So GP Baylor says, I think Benny Johnson could take on the mantle. We celebrated his 2 million subs like a year ago, and now he's at 5 million and based, very Christian and very MAGA. Yeah, I mean, look, Benny's awesome. I don't know if Benny doesn't, Benny rubs people the wrong way too. And obviously I'm friends with Benny, but I'm just talking about how a lot of people, they get mad at his thumbnails and he's a clickbaiter or whatever. Guess what? Guess who else is a clickbaiter? Every person on YouTube is a clickbaiter, okay? Every single person that is on YouTube is making thumbnails and titles with the intent to get you to click on their video. Simple as that. So, let me see. Andrew for 10 says Jeremy Ryan dropped a gem yesterday and it's spreading like wildfire. They say we are using cancel culture while they use assassination culture. We are not the same. A real pebble in the water. That's perfectly said. As I've told you, Ryan's one of the smartest people I know. He's one of the smartest people I've ever met. He is a wealth of knowledge on so many different things. But he's also incredibly unlikable. So there's that, So, Heavy Metal for 20 says that normal people show up to the 199 and the fellowship. Hell yeah, let's go. Let's see. Vicky for 5 says, did you see the asshole Destiny on Piers Morgan? Thanks for cheering us up, Jeremy, and God bless you. Thank you. Yeah, we covered that earlier in the show, actually. The whole thing with Destiny. Slain Hope says, streaming over Ryan are two dads fighting. I would never stream over Ryan. Little Jim's Halo says, new Sweeney video, possibly. Lol, Vance is right. Yeah, we played it. Storm Shadow says, saddest parts are the liberal Christian pastors calling Charlie an evil racist hate monger. The devil has a stronghold with these false churches. I actually have a clip that I want to watch because you brought that up, because there was this, I guess, was it Jasmine Crockett's pastor that I saw? It was like going on a rant or something like. Let me find it before I start speculating and get everything wrong about it. How have I been doing on my cutting back on the cussing? There's been 3 times I normally would have dropped the F-bomb and I've avoided it. That's pretty good for me. Okay, that's pretty good for me because I usually cuss all stream long, but I'm trying to dial it back some, just because, man. Chris says, doing effing great. That's pretty funny. That was pretty good. Not that I'm offended by cussing, because like I said, I will still cuss, but you gotta keep things in check. All right, where is this video that I was looking for? I can't find it right now. Oh, by the way, this is an update you all need to be aware of. So yesterday I didn't go live, and that was the one day of last week I didn't go live. And I was just like, I just want to disconnect, kind of relax. I still was doom scrolling and everything like that, but I was watching some NFL. Dolphins got beat again, so great. But every team in the NFL honored Charlie Kirk except for 5 teams. These are the 5 teams that did not honor Charlie Kirk with a moment of silence yesterday. The Detroit Lions, the Indianapolis Colts, Cincinnati Bengals, Baltimore Ravens, and the Minnesota Vikings. These 5 teams did not honor Charlie Kirk. So there you have it. Raiders tonight. Has the game started? Let me know if they honor him tonight at that game. And so mostly trash cities. That is true. That is true. But yeah, so very disappointing to see that. And I'm surprised that it was and those 5 teams honored George Floyd. Because of course they honored George Floyd. Because of course they did. Jeff says the NFL made it optional, but I guarantee they made it mandatory for Floyd. Yeah. By the way, real quick, I just have a question. Okay. Well, first, before I show you the question, okay, I've made this argument for years, and I'm going to continue to make this argument because I'm right. But let me pull this up from the chat. Is this it right here? Okay. I think I can full screen this. No, I can't. Let's see. Can I download this? All right. I'm just going to have to play it from our group chat because it's so dumb that it won't play it. But right here. Okay. This is our Friday Night Tights group chat where we talk shit about everybody apparently. But right here, listen to this.
And when was the last time a directing category had 5 women and 1 man? Now, yeah, I did not bother to look that up, but I think
5 women and 1 man.
When was the last time a directing category had 5 women and 1 man? Now, yeah, I did not bother to look that up, but I think we all agree it was never. And this year's nominees are Helen Shaver for The Penguin, Shannon Murphy for Dying for Sex, Nicole Castle for Sirens, Jennifer Getzinger for The Penguin, Leslie Linka Glatter for Zero Day, and Philip Barantini for Adolescence. Which is kind of poetic, if you think about it, because that means Philip is the oneer. If you know, you know. All right, the Emmy goes to Philip Barantini.
So the man wins. The man wins after all of your virtue signaling about women. The man wins. Now, that's where I get this question that I have for all of you. And by the way, Dorkman for 10 gifted memberships on Rumble. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Hail to the Rumble chat. So representation is important, right? We need more representation. We need more women. Okay? So I ask, why have I never heard of women wanting to get involved in this business right here? I say, let's put all the women over there, right? Let's just, why don't we have more, why don't we get female representation here, huh? I mean, don't women want representation? Don't they want equality? So, never heard all of these feminists be like, hey, we need 50% women representation. I don't want anything to do with this shit. So, I will be happy if women want that job. I don't want anything to do with this shit. All right? It's fucking effing crazy. I'm sorry I did cuss. But yeah, so anyway, that's just an interesting theory that I had. Why don't we ever hear about representation? You know? Let's see. Johnny the Wits Kid for 10 says, Jeremy, please watch Heavy Duty Country's latest video on the shooter. I really don't know what to believe, but he doesn't believe the suspect we have is a shooter. I really want your thoughts on it. I've watched all of these breakdowns. I've watched a lot of people's thoughts and theories and all of that. And like, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, social media is crazy right now with, like, I saw people saying that Charlie Kirk was wearing a bulletproof vest and that the bullet ricocheted off the bulletproof vest and then hit him in the neck. And I'm going, and they were believing it. There was like tens of thousands of likes on these tweets. And I'm like, that is not what happened. Where are you getting this from? What is wrong with you? But this is what they were saying. And then you've got people saying, oh, this guy, he looked like he was checking his phone. And it's just like, so it's just a wild thing to keep up with all of the nonsense right now. So like, I've seen all the theories about people saying that they don't believe this and all of that. And like, okay, but I simply just look at things and, I try to make a educated judgment based on what we have. I don't necessarily believe everything the government, even Trump's government, tells me, because I think that's crazy to believe everything Trump's government says. But I also don't think that there's this, like, that literally everything is conspiracy. I love a good conspiracy theory. I absolutely do. But there's got to be some substance to it. There's got to be some substance to it. The odd one, 1993, says, I worked at a local PBS station. Thanks for keeping me sane while I have to listen to all of the hate, lies, and slander of Charlie. So much of them ever claiming to be unbiased. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. Heavy Metal says, 100% JD Vance wasn't selected for our 2024 VP, but our 2028 president. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't think, and just being honest, I don't think Trump was thinking about 2028 when he picked JD Vance. But I do believe that people like Charlie Kirk, Tucker Carlson, Donald Trump Jr., who convinced Trump to pick JD Vance, I believe they were thinking about 2028 with Vance. I don't think Trump was. Not at all. I think Trump was focused on getting back in office and, fixing all the shit that happened. I don't think that Trump was like, I'm going to pick this guy because he's perfect for 2028. But I think the people that convinced Trump to take him absolutely were. Let's see. Thank you for the 50. Fantastic Knox says, let's make a swear account. Every time Jeremy uses a swear is a membership donation. At the end of the show, Jeremy donates free memberships based on how many times he swore. Thoughts? Okay. No. Well, I'm not ready to go there yet. I need to make money on these streams. So I listen, the wrong person just shows up in the chat and I'll start dropping F-bombs. It's got to be an F-bomb rule, but I can't commit to this yet. So not yet. That's an idea, but not yet. Zandy says, did you catch the Sam Hyde video? The intro is amazing. Someone clipped it and posted it around by itself. Good 2-minute watch. This is you. I did. Sam Hyde is an incredible communicator. Like when he's on point, when Sam Hyde wants, like when he steps up for the moment, like Sam Hyde is pretty like next level. I know he has, a lot of people think whatever they want, but like when he wants to just be on point, the dude is incredible. He really is. So yeah, I did see that. Let's see. Hammer of Subtlety says, okay, fine. From this point forward, if I drop an F-bomb, I got to drop 10 gifted memberships for every F-bomb I drop. Fine. Hammer of Subtlety says, remember the left's own words, freedom of speech is not freedom of consequences. Let's see. Philip Butler says, so now does Destination Destiny get monetized? Corey Wilson says, the left always uses whataboutism and doesn't care if it's hypocritical because their morals are not the same as ours. Heavy Metal says, Jeremy needs an Elon-sized bank account for a swear jar. This is true. This is true. Zinny Biscuit says, Charlie Kirk, patron saint of master debating. Eric K says, we deserve Sydney after seeing this B word. Fantastic Knox says, I find it insulting to hear the ones who fomented this hate now want decorum. Sorry, but this has long expired. R.I.P. Charlie, such a rare one. Absolutely. Very rare. Okay, more to talk about, and I know I'll get caught up. Don't yell at me. I mean, you can yell at me, but just saying, you don't have to yell at me if you don't want to. But that's your decision. Yelling at me is always an option. Oh, this is what I wanted to talk about. Okay, so right here. Local ABC affiliate resigns after she was suspended for paying tribute to Charlie Kirk live on air. Have you guys seen this story? Look at this. Here we go.
Much for tuning into Marketplace today. So I want to talk about something for a minute, and it is heavy, so please bear with me. I want you to know that it's okay if you feel sadness. It's okay if you're grieving. 2 days ago, I lost a mentor, my first boss, the first person who made me believe in myself, that encouraged me to chase this dream that you're watching right now. Charlie Kirk. There's a lot going on in our world right now, in our country, but I want to say one thing. Lean on your neighbors. Speak up for what you believe in. I don't care what it is. I want to share with you one of my favorite sayings that Charlie would always tell us at the office. He would yell it from the mountaintops, so please listen. When conversations stop happening, when individuals become wordless, that's when violence begins. So if you do one thing today, make it be with passion, with conviction. Stand up for your friends, stand up for your beliefs, and speak loudly, even if your voice shakes. Your words have meaning, your values have purpose. Never forget that. Thank you, CK. You changed my life. Much for
awful that they, so again, after that, so local ABC affiliate anchor, is it Benny Ray Harmony, resigns after she was suspended for paying tribute to Charlie Kirk live on air. Her career is going to explode now because this is going to go viral. It already is going viral, I think. Many in the mainstream, yeah, here we go. So they're just they were just quoting it there. Unbelievable. You should be ashamed of yourselves. So are they getting crushed now? Oh yeah, they're getting crushed. They're getting ratioed big time. Oh, oh boy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So that's their most recent tweet. Oh, 700 comments on this one to only 24 likes, 250 comments. Every post of theirs is getting mass ratioed. Let's freaking go. So she's yeah, I don't guess she has a Twitter account. Wait, hang on.
much for tuning into Mark.
Yeah, I don't see her. Oh wait. Benny Ray Harmony. Okay, let me see if I can find her. All right, here she is. Here's her Twitter account right here. So she says she thanks Colin Rugg right here. Libs of TikTok is on it. Oh yeah, she's blowing up. Oh yeah. Yeah, she's fixing to be a star. She's fixing to be a star. So here's her Twitter account right here. There you have it. If you want to go follow her and support her, there you have it. But she's fixing to. She's probably going to have 100,000 followers by tomorrow. So, is there any official statement why she got fired? Not. I mean, I don't see anything right now. So, but yeah, there you have it. She's only got 288 tweets. So, she'll be a rock star tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. John freaking Murdoch for 50 says, "Hail Jeremy," or "Hey Jeremy," I'm sorry. Jeremy isn't Jeremy unless he's swearing. Hail Unit 1 of the 199. Mod Lives Matter, Chat Lives Matter, and Jessica looks great with red lipstick. Saw her post on X. Look at there. Look at there. So she was suspended, but she resigned after being suspended. So from what Colin's tweet said. Thank you, John. Christmas loving engineer says, let's see how the no swear rule goes during Mario Kart. Thank you for your coverage on all of this. I will not commit to it on Mario Kart. Under no circumstance will I commit to that on Mario Kart. Impossible. I will destroy the business, okay? Because I will lose so much money. Vault95 says, bring Beardo on. He does his own research. High IQ. Zach says, Ben Shapiro exposed Hassan's rhetoric on his show today. I know we don't like Ben, but he has a large following and we need every voice to call him out. Well, I agree with that. And again, I'm not saying you can't like Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro's a massive personality. He has a huge following. Yeah, I just don't, I'm not a fan. I kind of fell into the Ben Shapiro trap years ago. When he had all these viral videos and everything. I'm like, oh man, Ben Shapiro, yeah, he's cool, man. And you'd see him do all these debates, but the more you learn, you know. Oh, we got breaking news. Hang on. What is this? Breaking news. Kash Patel. We are going to be interviewing scores of people. All right, here we go.
In order to properly adjudicate this matter and let law enforcement hand off information into evidence for a court of law for prosecution, we have to go out and get search warrants. We have to go out and get search warrants of the identifiers that were then built off of the prior search warrants. And we are doing that. And we are going to be interviewing scores of people on not just these chats on Discord, but any communications that this individual have. We've seized multiple electronic devices from the home of the suspect and his romantic partner. We've got computers, we've got laptops, we've got gaming systems, we've got cell phones. All of that is being triaged by the FBI because that's what we do. And the resources that the Attorney General has dedicated to this mission is allowing us to move at the speed we have. As you said, 33 hours. 33 hours, Sean, this individual was apprehended. In order to properly...
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there you go. I think that, I don't know, man. I feel like I try to compartmentalize things with what I'm seeing on social media and try to, like, where's the source of this? How is this happening? Because just because you see things happening on social media, I feel like a lot of people, I don't think it's just specific to anything. I think a lot of people are disappointed in Kash Patel. I think a lot of people are, like, I think it's a massive amount of people are just not happy with Kash Patel. And I think a lot of that stems from the Epstein stuff for sure. But yeah, he does not have I don't think he's very popular within the MAGA movement at all. So that freeze frame, the FBI still has a ton of corrupt agents. That is true too. No doubt about that. But I'm just looking at it. I mean, like, with all of the things that we're seeing, whether it's wherever it's at, I try to navigate that to the best of my ability and what I'm seeing, but you know, like, regardless of where you stand on the Israel thing, like, if you are oblivious to how much negativity Israel has right now, like, Israel is a walking PR nightmare for the United States of America. That is a fact. I have no problem saying that completely because Israel is a walking PR nightmare for the United States of America. They are incredibly unpopular in this country. That is a fact. Now, where does that stem from? That's up for debate, but it doesn't matter where it stems from. And I don't think the administration is fully aware of that. I don't think the administration has fully comprehended that. It is a huge problem. Huge problem. So, okay, let's see. We'll leave that, Kash. pick up for a minute here. But Trucker Mark says, I believe that this moment is perfect for the VP Vance to start acting presidential, because this is what he will be dealing with. I'm Charlie too. Thank you. I appreciate that. See where we're at. Justin says, without swearing, Jeremy will just be a second-rate version of Jay. I didn't say I won't cuss. The F-bomb is what I'm trying to dial back. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm just trying to dial back. But of course, I kind of feel like it's all going to be part of it. You know, don't worry. Somebody will piss me off. I'll say something. The tactician musician says, Crowder's video today was food for thought. I'll check it out. George says, Gino warned us years ago, so Kathleen Kennedy fired her. R.I.P. Kirk. Matt Frog says, kill Dozer. Sola Felix is about time Trump made Antifa illegal. Mark of Reality says, have you seen the J.D. Vance address on the Charlie Kirk show? He went pretty scorched earth. I did. Yeah, we reacted to it too. Chad Admiral Thon says, we want to call you gay and have good sound, damn it. Golden Nugget says, but you're gay. White Wolf says, Jeremy is a homosexual man. Pins for Life says, we are all Charlie Kirk. Justice for Charlie. Justice for Irina. Oh, okay. That's another thing we got to show. You guys ready for your heart to be broken? You guys ready for your heart to be broken? So, Irina, one of her friends uploaded a tribute video. It's rough, man. It's rough. So Irina had a friend uploaded a tribute video. It's real video. It's not AI. It's not AI. And it's rough. I don't know if there's copyrighted music, but we're just going to roll with it and see. I never monetize my streams anyway. So here we go.
Look,
I'm not going to play the music, but so this is a video montage of her hanging out with her friends, just doing things that, you know, friends do, hanging out. And, you know, it's so sad, man. So sad that this freaking animal murdered her. She stood no chance. Could it be AI? I mean, look, everything could be AI at this point, but I mean, Breaking 911 is a pretty good source. So, and I haven't seen a community note on it. So I don't think it's AI. But, you know, she had a good friend group and she was here getting away from, you know, everything going on in Ukraine, and now she's dead. Oh my gosh, this pisses me off so much. And I hope people do not forget her, because, you know, Charlie Kirk certainly was focused on her. And some of his final tweets were all about her. And, but yeah, man. So somebody said this is her boyfriend that maybe uploaded it. Not sure, but this is awful, man. This is the reality of the world. Listen, I'll say exactly what I said earlier. If she was racist, she'd be alive right now. It's just the truth. If she was racist, she'd be alive. Unfortunately, she's no longer with us. Super, super sad. But Breaking 911 tweeted this out 4 hours ago. No community note or nothing like that. But yeah, imagine your mother, daughter, wife, girlfriend, sister, or childhood friend. If that doesn't make you feel anything, then nothing will. I hope she's resting peacefully. Ooh. So sad. So incredibly sad. So rest in peace, Irina. The Exalted Patriarch says, tolerance is not a Christian virtue. Forgiveness is. But right now, God forgives and I don't. Blue Eyed Scorpio says, F yes. No more being on the ropes. Good job, Greg Gutfeld. The left has been angry and violent for years. No more being on the defensive. Golden Nugget says, I don't think you're taking this seriously, Jeremy. C. Calvin says, Sydney Sweeney at the Emmys needs to be added to your celebration rotation. Celebrate her jiggle physics. I'm going to make that happen. Golden Nugget says, I'm trolling. Time to sing gifties. Mad Frog says, they killed Harvey Dent. Now they get the Batman. Philip Butler says, they hate who they were born to be, truth and more. JD says, Jesus said, when the world hates you, remember the world hates me first. Agent M says, check the RIP Charlie Kirk short from Alex Stein. Is this when he was the other day when he was emotional? I think I might have seen that one. Nader's Brick Channel says, people who are emotionally unstable cannot stand calm logic. That's one of the reasons why Charlie was removed. Mike Zero Source says, just in, Mike Zero has reported that Tom Hanks is receiving backlash over his comments about Charlie Kirk. Mike said it, so it must be true. The most trusted source in all of YouTube, Mike Zero. There was actually a Charlie Kirk clip that I wanted to show if I can find it. Is this it right here? Raggedy Man with 10 gifted memberships. Thank you. Look at this right here. Like, he was so on point, man. Look at this right here. Watch this.
Do you believe that there should be a law against men going up to windows to watch women undress?
Yes, of course I do.
Then why is it okay for a man to legally walk into a woman's locker room?
One more time. Run it back. Run it back.
Do you believe that there should be a law against men going up to windows to watch women undress?
Yes, of course I do.
Then why is it okay for a man to legally walk into a woman's locker room?
Okay. My question
Well,
for
hold on.
you-
No, it's illegal to look through a window at a woman undress. Why should it be legal to walk into a locker room to watch women undress?
Well, that's assuming that they are going in there to watch women undress when they are actually going in there for a space for them to undress themselves in a space where they feel comfortable.
Why can't they do that in the sex that was on their birth certificate? Why can't they undress alongside other men if they're a man? They could put a dress on in that locker room, but they're just around other men.
Why do you want them to so badly?
Well, because I think women should be protected from perverts. Like, what is to prevent a regular guy on campus of Boise State say that I'm a girl and he just walks into the girls' locker room? At what point are you okay with them walking into the locker room? What do they have to do to satisfy you to be allowed into the women's locker room?
Not be perverts or not going
No,
in
but
there to be
How do you
around
know?
women in
If
a
all of a
private
sudden,
space.
if all of a sudden one of these guys, all of a sudden put on a dress, put on a wig, and just walked into the locker room with the full intent to watch women undress, which unfortunately is a lot of perverts, are you okay with that? How do you know they're not a pervert?
I am not okay with someone walking into a bathroom or a locker room with the intent of watching women undress. But the baseline disagreement, that the misunderstanding, and we can't.
We
I don't
don't
think.
know all the intent. The point is that we keep men and women separate because a lot of men want to see naked women, so we don't allow
Okay,
them in locker
here's
rooms
my question
together.
for you. There are a lot of transgender men assigned female at birth who, quite honestly, look more masculine and more like a man than you do. Do you really
Oh,
want them
wow.
in the
Well,
women's
so that's
bathroom?
an interesting thing. Just because you have a good costume does not mean you are the person that you seek to be. If you dress as Julius
Boom.
Caesar, you're not in control of the Roman Empire. Your costume does not dictate your reality.
These people, this is exactly why. This is exactly why they couldn't have him around, because he's so good. He's so good at it. Now, here's another clip that I saw that I think is just fantastic, okay? This is a phenomenal clip right here of Charlie Kirk talking to a father and a son. The father is a liberal and the son is a conservative. The son is so excited when Charlie basically destroys the dad in the nicest way possible. The dad's not he's not a jerk or anything like that, but I love the son's reaction. And the son doesn't even look like somebody that would be a Charlie Kirk fan, but just watch this.
Hello, guys. My name is Joey. I brought my father with me. He's a very liberal father, and I'd like.
I'm part of the enemy within, the radical liberals, and I have a question for you. Our family's divided. We're divided the same way the nation is divided.
I'm conservative, by the way.
We fuss and we fight about this all the time. I see the nation coming to the same blows that we are coming to on a daily basis. Yet I don't see the president or anyone in his administration even addressing the issue of the division across our country and across our families. I have a serious question. Will anything ever be remedied? A nation divided against itself will not stand, neither will a family divided against itself. Is there any hope?
Good point. So maybe President Trump should put like a couple people who ran for president as Democrats in his cabinet, right?
It wouldn't hurt a thing.
Yeah, like Bobby Kennedy and Tulsi Gabbard.
Boom! Like absolute annihilation within seconds of responding. Like, back it up one more time. Holy crap.
Good point. So maybe President Trump should put like a couple people who ran for president as Democrats in his cabinet, right?
It wouldn't hurt a thing.
Yeah, like Bobby Kennedy and Tulsi Gabbard.
Bobby Kennedy, I wonder if his...
Well, Bobby Kennedy and Tulsi ran for president as Democrats. Has that ever happened in modern American history where a president has put two...
Look at the son. The son is so excited that Charlie Kirk is roasting his dad. Watch him. Watch him.
Well, Bobby Kennedy and Tulsi ran for president as Democrats. Has that ever happened in modern American history where a president has put two people who ran against him for the presidency in his own cabinet? Has that ever happened before? Doesn't that help heal a country?
See, that's the division I'm talking about right
No,
there.
But help me.
He's asking me a question, and he turned on me and said,
okay,
get him.
Hold on, that's a father-son issue. We're having a dialogue.
That's it.
But
Right?
Hold on. That's normal, okay? And that's fine. I'm asking you a question, though, because it's easy to call Trump divisive, but answer and think deeply about this before you answer. Doesn't that say something for unity to bring two people that were Democrats that both ran for the presidency into your own cabinet? That's bringing the country together.
Has it worked? That's you may be right. It is certainly representative of some inclusion. However, it doesn't seem to be working.
Did Obama or Biden ever bring Republicans who ran against them for the presidency in their own cabinets?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, so maybe Trump has gone above and beyond more than the media would give him credit for healing our nation's divides. I think that's noteworthy, right?
The fact that this guy is no longer with us is unbelievably sad, because you can sit there, we watch this clip, we cheer it on, it's amazing, it's awesome, and then the reality sets in that a few days ago he was murdered in front of his family, assassinated in front of his family. Unbelievable, man. Damn. Let's see. Mike Zero Source says Mike Zero is the face of conservative movement. Prove me wrong, or make the best Mike Zero jokes. Eric K says Tebow 316 says I just whooped your. Twisted Clown says Gary with a carrot. Commander Cody says went to a memorial yesterday. There were easily thousands. Oh yeah, man. This is a huge movement. Jackie Johnston for 20 says, I watch Mario Kart for every donation, or for every donation tonight. You have to give Beardo a compliment. Okay, hold on just a minute. I watch Mario Kart for every donation tonight. You have to give Beardo a compliment. For every donation tonight? That's like hundreds of compliments. I can't do that. Under no circumstance could I do that. Look at the chat. Wait a minute. That's too far. Thank you, Raggedy Man, for the 10 gifted memberships. Elite Goose says the judge let Irina's killer out while everyone was distracted with Charlie. So I heard conflicting reports about that. So I actually need to look into that. So I will look into that. Now, with that said, I don't know how old this clip is. This could be recent for all I know, but I have never seen a clip that was just more representative of the nonsense from left-wing weirdos. Now, before you guys get excited, well, you know what? I'm not even going to say. If anyone makes any statements about a certain individual in this video, I got news for you, okay? But let's watch this clip because this is incredible.
Well, Blair's a trans woman. Why don't we let her answer?
I'm also transgender.
I know.
Go ahead. I'm
Are you
more
trying?
so
Which trans are you? If you don't mind me
I'm
asking.
non-binary.
What does that mean?
I'm a non-binary person. I use they, them person.
So
Sorry, are we going to spend? Do we really want to spend the rest of this discussing my personal?
You're the one who
gender
mentioned
journey?
it. I didn't even know.
So we're 20 seconds into this clip. So Piers is trying to introduce Blair White, who's a dude. I know that might confuse some of you, but anyway, so this person, this thing down here, gets I guess like wants to say like I am too or something. So Piers gets it's so funny.
Well, Blair's a trans woman. Why don't we let her answer?
I'm also transgender.
I know.
I'm
Go ahead.
I'm
more
so
which trans are you, if you don't mind me
I'm
asking?
non-binary.
What does that mean?
I'm a non-binary
Oh,
person. I
God.
use they, them person.
So
Sorry, are we going to spend? Do we
Okay,
really
so-
want to spend the rest of this discussing my personal?
you're the one who
gender
mentioned
journey?
it. I didn't even know.
Well, now you know.
That's a nightmare.
Okay, so now I know. I'm just asking you
I
what that
think-
means.
Like, do you really want to discuss this?
You
Because I think
raised the subject
other
of
people-
yourself being trans. I'm simply asking
Can
what
I
does
finish
that...
my point?
No, wait
It's
one
always a
second. Wait one
non-binary
second.
person
It's actually
speaking
really
over a
interesting.
transsexual.
It's really interesting to me. You raised
This is every conversation with a leftist right here, dude. This is why you can't entertain these delusions ever.
it, not me. I didn't even know. So now
Oh my
you've
God, this
raised
is how
it.
it goes.
What does that actually mean? What do you mean you're non-binary?
Are you really just gonna?
Can you explain
Are
it?
you gonna cut Blair off now?
I'm just asking you to explain it. I'll come back to Blair in a moment.
Well, you were the one that cut me off, sis. But
Yeah.
I will say that
Hang on
if
one second, Blair.
anything,
Blair.
I was
Sorry, Blair, wait 1 second. I just want to ask, what do you mean by non-binary?
When I say I'm non-binary, I'm expressing my identity in a way that
Well, what
I
does
have a
that
right
mean?
to do. I'm sorry,
What's your sexuality?
my sexuality. This doesn't have to have anything to do with my
Actually, the
sexuality.
UK government now says that people are male or female. The British Prime Minister says people are male or female.
I don't think the UK government should be should have the final say on how I express.
Well, they
myself
determine the
and
laws of
how
the
I'm
country.
treated.
I'm just curious what you mean by non-binary. What does that mean?
I'm curious. Well, firstly,
What are your pronouns?
they them.
What does that mean? Just only one of you.
What does they them? Actually, they them has been the collective they has been used to refer to individual people for centuries and still is. So I mean,
what
if you
does
don't
it-
understand basic grammar, that's on you.
I don't really
I think you
understand.
do.
I don't understand. I've got to be honest with you. I don't understand the concept of what non-binary means, or why you would
Neither
use
do I, and
or
I'm
why you would
trans,
use a
neither do I.
plural pronoun to describe a singular person. That makes sense. To me, this is the problem with the whole woke thing. Is that it's inexplicable. Nobody really knows what it means. I don't know what you mean by non-binary they them. There's one of you sitting here, and you look to me female. You're a female?
Okay.
Are you a female?
If you don't understand what non-binary means,
Are you a female?
If you don't understand what non-binary means,
I don't.
then I'm not sure you're in a position to lead a debate.
So just tell me. Tell me.
But if you
I
can't
was asking you.
explain it in simple language, then
what is it?
what's the point?
Well, explain what
'Cause I can tell you
non-binary is.
exactly what
It
being a
means that my gender
transsexual is.
identity is something other than man or woman. I'm
But
a
you accept
non-binary
you're-
individual.
But you accept you're a female.
I don't think that I'm here to discuss the contents of my.
You
underpants.
raised
I don't think
raised
that's
this whole
appropriate.
thing. I didn't mention
No, I
anything
didn't.
about what you were. You did. You said I'm trans.
This has really become uncomfortably personal.
Has it? You said it, not me.
What the hell, bro? I saw that clip and I'm like, wow, that will give you a headache. That is unbelievable. Angry Salt says Milo just came out of retirement. Good luck, libtards. Dude, we got some interesting times ahead of us. We have some interesting times. With you got, I don't know what does Milo even have a YouTube channel? I don't know. I don't know much about Milo. But what I do know is that, he was a very influential figure back in like the 2016 Trump election. So I don't know a lot about him, but and whatever you think of people like Nick Fuentes, like the dude had like 200,000 people watching him live on Rumble, and you can dismiss him if you want. But if you deny that dude has an incredible amount of charisma and talent to connect with people, you are fooling yourself if you think he doesn't. I I think that there's going to continue to be like battle lines drawn. As much as people are talking about unity on the right, it's not happening. It will not. I'm just telling you right now, there's no unity on the right. The right is too divided for unity. It's just not possible right now. And paying attention to the internet should, like, the way I do, there is not going to be unity on the right. There's absolutely not going to be. And you have very influential figures, like, for instance, like, I'm not a fan of Nick Fuentes, but I mean, the fact that he was kind of shunned by mainstream conservatives, specifically Ben Shapiro, and now he has just become so popular, even though he's been mass banned everywhere. If you don't think that dude is going to be a prominent player in the next 10 years, you aren't paying attention. I don't care if you like him or not. Like, that dude's going to be a major player. He just is. And he hates JD Vance. He can't stand JD Vance. So that's going to have to be noted. Milo, I don't know what his game is. I don't know how he's going to, play into this. You've got Candace Owens out there I think Candace Owens had like 200,000 people watching her stream today. I don't know if it was a premiere or if it was an actual stream. I have no idea. And then you have the Ben Shapiros of the world, who I think Ben is, I think Ben Shapiro is not is he a net positive or negative? I guess he's slightly a net positive, but it's not very much of one. Because Ben is so wishy-washy in how he approaches things, and who he supports and how he supports them. So, it was 220K. It was live, closer to 300K. It was huge, man. Crowder is, it's weird because I feel like Crowder is, I know he's Crowder. I know he's huge. But he's not so focused on YouTube anymore, but that doesn't mean anything because he's huge on Rumble. And I still think Rumble has a long ways to go, but Rumble is doing pretty good things. But they have to fix their UI. They need to get less political if they want to scale up on Rumble. They have to get less political. Now, okay, not less political, but they need more non-political stuff on the platform. That's what I'm saying. They need more non-political stuff. So I worded that wrong. It's not that they need to be less political. They need to embrace more non-political things so that they can grow. And Dr. Disrespect Save Rumble. Yeah. Go watch Doc when he found out he got remonetized on YouTube. Dude acted like he won the Super Bowl when he got remonetized on YouTube. Man, if I would have been Rumble and I just gave Doc like this massive contract and then Doc got remonetized on YouTube, Doc acted like he won the Super Bowl. And I'd be sitting there going, bro, we just gave you like 25 million or whatever. It's like a dude gets a new girlfriend because his last girlfriend cheated on him, and then that girlfriend that cheated on him calls him. And he's like, oh, yes, she finally called. And the new girlfriend's sitting there going, what about me? What about me? But anyway, Hill versus Babyface says on Rumble, 20 people identify as 200,000. Rumble is more trans than that thing on Piers. You're not wrong. I mean, I've had 10,000 people watching me on Rumble, and my chat still moved the same as it moved with the 300, which is, my chat's pretty active, because there's 300 real people watching me right now on Rumble. But when I get boosted to like the front page, suddenly I got like 5, 6, 7,000 people watching me, but the chat moves the same. That's what doesn't make sense to me. So, let's see. Ministry of Wrong Things says, I don't know, Jeremy. We already live in a world where Sam Hyde, Nick Fuentes, Matt Walsh, Jeffree Star, Jamie Lee Curtis, Chunk Uger, Ben Shapiro are all saying the same thing right now. The left is cooked. I think that there are people that are playing it very smart right now that will absolutely deflect and create the divide. I'm not going to say who those names are, but absolutely there are people that are playing the game the right way right now. Let me see. Let me go back up here to the top. Stephen DeLeon says, sad day today. My little bro sent me a meme that celebrated Kirk's death. He showed me who he was today. I'm at a loss for words. Oh, sorry to hear that, bro. I mean, look, man, I've got a lot of effed up family members. I mean, mainly because I'm from Alabama, but you know, but they are retarded. So am I. Jess Yates says, cancel Destiny. Don't engage with this POS. Stephen DeLeon says, I've tried talking to him, but as we talk, it gets worse hearing his thoughts out aloud. Yeah, I mean, without knowing like the age and all that, like how old your little brother is, like what's his friend group like, you have no idea, you know, but I'm sorry to hear that, man. Coop says, Charlie's daughter tried to run to him because she was scared of the gunshot and these sick people celebrated. Bro, I've heard that story and I have failed to look into it at all to see if it's legit or true, because that is at my core. It just crushes me to hear that. I don't know if it's true. I know the reports are out there, but if that is a true story, that is just it's just the worst thing you could imagine. It's the worst thing. Silver Bullet Lycan says, this guy in the suit must be Jeremy's lover cousin. George says, what an absolute giga Chad. Mr. Zeeb says, has anyone told the Amish yet about what happened to Charlie? I wonder how they feel about it. Joshua says, Kirk's killer is into furry sausage parties, by the way. Correct. The $500 club, Jeremy Cyborg says, if Destiny, Hassan Piker were unalived, I would mourn them, not as much as Charlie Kirk, but I would still mourn the loss of life, not celebrate. Well, yeah, I mean, look, the bottom line is I would not celebrate the death of any streamer, regardless of who they are. Like if they were assassinated or killed or anything like that. That's a horrible situation. You just no normal person is going to celebrate that at all. Yet you've heard the stuff Destiny's been saying, and it's bad. It's really bad. The Emmys, more like the Golden Globes. Carl says that Sydney Sweeney has a nice personality and great genes too. John says, will Charlie Kirk need security at his grave? Jesus, what's happened to us? Yeah, probably. I don't know where they're planning on doing all of that, but you know, I'm sure it's going to be in a secure area. Eric K says, Jeremy, the words you're searching for is Ben talks at people. Charlie talked to people. Charlie listened and had the charisma. I agree with everything you said. Jack says, it's worth to have G incidents as long as we maintain our freedom of speech. Charlie Kirk posts several school incidents. I don't know exactly what you were trying to say there. I think I get what you're saying. Darth Broly says, hey, Jeremy, I hope you're well. Have you or anyone else seen Val Venus on X talking about the possibility of someone else being involved? RIP Charlie. Well, Val Venus is based as hell. Former professional wrestler, the big Valboski. And it's been great to see him on Twitter. But there's a lot of theories out there with this Discord group chat. So we're going to find more out. But I don't know any specifics yet. Matt Frog says, sorry, ladies, your shows weren't woke enough. The guy's show was anti-white and smeared Andrew Tate. Is that what it was? Johnny Wiskus says, no, really, just listen to HVC if you can. No craziness. I'll check it out later. Fantastic Knox says, okay, only time you can swear is if it's a retard. Orbital 1970 Goat says, every F-bomb Jeremy has to donate $1 to Jeremy Osteen. Storm Shadow says, Benny Ray Harmony on FNT before Beardo. Eric K says, ABC is a Disney company. Remember they fired Gina Carano for that IG post. The Charlie Kirk assassination proved it Gina right. Bubba Doom says, don't forget who owns ABC. Zonk the Patriarch says, never forget the left cheered for the break-in and attempt of Justice Kavanaugh, all of them. JL23 says, Jeremy, did you see what Feminem said? I didn't. Did Eminem have any? I mean, has he said anything about Charlie Kirk? That'd be crazy. I have not heard anything from Feminem. I saw he was at the Detroit Lions game the other day with Barry Sanders. Tommy says, Mossad reimburses all my Jeremy super chats. Try it. Coop says 2025 Superman was better than the rest. Eagle Thrasher says freedom, fight, fight, fight. Crazy Clown Town says, with Irina, I have a question. Why are there so many black people in the back of the train? Didn't that end in the 60s? Little Jim's Halo says, look up the ice simulator, ship them south. Kailito's Corner says, Seabell dedicated his NASCAR win to Charlie Saturday. Really? That's awesome. Tommy says, check cleared. Mossad Unit 199 sends its regard. Marlena says, watch the American History X. Oh my goodness. I had to double check when it was released. It did not seem possible that it's not a current release. American History X is one of the greatest movies of all time. It is not an easy watch, and I would not recommend it to anyone showing it to their kids because it's brutal. But Edward Norton gives one of the single greatest acting performances in the history of movies in that movie. He is incredible. And the movie is powerful, very powerful. So, yeah, I would recommend it. It's not to kids. I know the ending was changed. I know all about all the stuff with it. Alex Slusher says, I haven't watched in a while, but the events last weekend and the weekend have impressed and upset me. RIP Charlie Kirk. Well, Alex, it's good to see you, brother. I know I met you at Star Wars Celebration. I still remember that, man. I still remember it. I think it was Star Wars Celebration, right? But I hope you're doing well, man. Thanks for hanging out. I missed it. Primal Fear. If so, that was great. Oh, Primal Fear was awesome. Primal Fear was awesome. Usage says, Jeremy, I can't believe it. You would ignore the super chat I didn't send before. If you weren't thinking about dudes' butts, you might have been able to remember that thing I would have done. Thank you, Usage. L Wings Secret Guard says, the problem with Rumble is the media demonized the platform as far right around the same time they killed Parler. They have tried to get diverse voices on the platform, but the stigma still remains. Well, I mean, listen, I've had some conversations with them, and I would literally say the same thing to you guys that I would say to them, is that it doesn't help when you bring people like iShowSpeed and Kai Cenat to your platform, yet only for them to disappear as soon as the contract is up. It doesn't help that you make a big splash with Barstool Sports and announce that Barstool Sports is there, only for the contract to run out and Barstool completely disappears from the platform. That doesn't help anybody. They did that. They made a big announcement. Barstool Sports is part of Rumble. They've got an equity stake in all of this. And then the contract ends. Go to Barstool Sports right now. There's zero content on all of the Barstool channels on Rumble. This is a fucking brand. Damn it. I said it. I'll drop the gifties. This is a brand that was plastered all over Rumble. All over Rumble when they made that deal. Barstool everywhere. And now it's gone. What was the benefit of that? Other than pushing every other creator on the platform down, what was the benefit of that? I just think it's a bad look. I truly do believe in Rumble. That's why I've been there from the beginning, or not the beginning, but like when I was aware of it. That's why I've been there from the beginning. And that's why we have over 250,000 followers on Rumble as a community, because I've been there pushing it and supporting it. But, other people got the bag. Quagmire says, anyone else work 14-hour days? A new job equals sucks. Sorry to hear that, man. East Coast Toast Boy says, I heard Erica stopped her daughter from running to him. If she saw her dad like that, it would traumatize her for life, given she's only 3. Yeah, that's a terrible situation. Even regardless if it's true or not, it's awful. It's awful. Now I got to drop gifties because of fantastic Mr. Knox and this stupid deal that he made me agree to. Right here. There we go. There. You happy, fantastic Mr. Knox? Now I'm broke. Thanks. Jeremy Osteen for $1. Thank you. Matt Frog says that the left cheered Luigi and Ashley Babbitt's death. Yes, they did. Tommy says Israeli Whale Defense Force 199 checking in. MAGA. Mola Ram says F. I didn't say it. Thank you, Mola Ram. Over on Rumble, we got JD Corey says Cracker Barrel is begging for people to come in. We still will not loot and riot because we have morality. We're not giving clemency. We're giving reciprocity. And then it says, now Charlie Kirk is the most powerful person. They elevated him stronger than me, you, and even Trump. He is now more than a person. He is an idea. JD Corey says, start calling media what they are in all posts, what they are. Radical left-wing extremists should be put in front of all of their names. It truthfully gives them the name they deserve. And then it says, paint Charlie Kirk on the bridge, put a camera on it, and those that show up, destroy it, make them internet famous. Thank you, JD Corey. PGM with a praying emojis, praying hands. And just 1343 says, it's crazy that the left now supports school shootings. Well, Tim Walls supports them. John Murdoch with 10 gifted memberships to offset my 10 because John is a real one. Thank you, John. Let's see. Mola Ram says, Jeremy never reads my super chats. You're just trying to be like Laughing Man. I see Laughing Man in the chat yelling at me. Always yelling at me. Smokey drops a video link in Rumble, but I can't click the link. But thank you for the link. I'm sure others can. I can't click it on the extension that I'm using right now. But yeah, man, let me see if there's anything else we have, because I did have another story that I wanted to show you. I got to see if where it's at. I got to go through my bookmarks. I did tell you guys to be a little bit longer episode tonight because there was a lot to talk about, and there continue, like, it's nonstop. It's wall to wall, content, and it just does not stop. Let's see. What is this? Yeah, I got that. If you did not see it at the top of the show, I want to play this again not because I think this person deserves any attention. It's because this is a horrible thing that we're seeing, man. And I think this really does put this into perspective right here. What Destiny said on Piers Morgan. This is the leftist mindset. Okay. Right here.
I think that liberals need to wake up and finally realize that if they're not willing to do it, it will never come down. If you wanted Charlie Kirk to be alive, Donald Trump shouldn't have been president for the second term.
One more time.
Do it, it will never come down. If you wanted Charlie Kirk to be alive, Donald Trump shouldn't have been president for the second term. Every time he's in office, this happens. People joked about when Biden came in, it was so boring, nothing was going on. 7 out of 10 of the largest protests in American history have happened under Donald Trump. I think that liberals need to wait.
So there we are with that. That's what the left thinks, though. It's punishment. It's like, hey, if you wanted your favorite, conservative commentator to stay alive, you shouldn't have elected Donald Trump. That has got to be one of the worst things I have ever heard a major political commentator on the left say. And he is a major left-wing political commentator. He absolutely is. That is horrible. And that is meant to, that's sending a signal. That's basically telling you, do not vote in the next person that we tell you not to vote, or you're going to be treated like Charlie Kirk. That's insane. That is an insane statement. We've got an update here from Jesse Waters. Let's see what Jesse Waters has to say.
Charlie Kirk's assassin is on suicide watch, and he's not cooperating with the police. But his DNA was found everywhere.
So let me tell you this right now. If you want to see the internet go crazy, bro, if you want to see, they better not let this kid better not do it, because if that happens, the internet will go crazy. My goodness, I'm not prepared for the absolute shitstorm of the internet. That if this person ends up basically going the Epstein route, the internet will be, you think it's bad now?
From the towel he conceived the gun in to a screwdriver found near the sniper's nest. The investigation isn't stopping with Tyler Robinson.
We're seeing who talked to who, not just in chat groups. We're seeing who texted who was around who. We're using our geofencing capabilities to map out exactly where individuals were. And then we're also getting into their personal cell phone information to say, were you calling so-and-so? Were you texting so-and-so?
Robinson was in group chats with dozens of people. The FBI is working on cracking in. The FBI is also investigating messages that were leaked to the Post, where Tyler Robinson reportedly admitted to the murder. Quote, "Hey guys, I have bad news for y'all. It was me at UVU yesterday. I'm sorry for all of this." If Robinson wasn't a lone wolf, we'll find out pretty soon.
If this was a larger effort, there was any aiding and abetting, whether it be financial, whether it be someone who knew the specifics of it and failed to report that. There's not going to be a stone left unturned if there was anyone involved who aided, abetted. I can't say that in strong enough terms. Every single FBI asset on this team is being applied and used in this investigation.
Now we're learning that Robinson texted someone before the assassination.
He had a text message exchange, the suspect, with another individual, in which he claimed that he had an opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk and he was going to do it because of his hatred for what Charlie stood for.
Who knew about the hit? When did they know it? And why didn't they try to stop it? The FBI is also investigating 7 different social media accounts with suspicious posts before Charlie was killed.
Dude, that's the thing is, like, you cannot just, if people are willing to say stuff, take them seriously. Now, I think there's a responsible way to do things, and I think there's certain ways you could do things and certain ways you shouldn't do things. Like, for instance, and I'm no one special, okay? But like, if you don't think that I've had some crazy shit sent to me that I've had to elevate. I'm not talking about it publicly. I don't want to publicize this shit, but I've had some bad stuff sent to me since Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Things that are concerning that I've had to take seriously. You have to. You can't, like, we are not in an era now where you can't. You have to take this shit seriously, brothers. You have to.
They said things like, "It'd be funny if someone like Charlie got shot on September 10th. I really hope someone evaporates him literally. Let's just say something big will happen tomorrow. Kirk does not know what's coming tomorrow. Be ready. This isn't a threat. It's a promise." We're also finding out about Robinson's boyfriend, who's trans. They live together. The trans roommate is supposedly cooperating with the FBI. His family talked to Fox. He hates conservatives and Christians. He hated us. He was not raised that way, but he, over the years, has become really detached and been radicalized. Raised Christian and conservative, turned trans, and now dating an assassin? Doesn't add up. Not only did Kirk's killer send a text before taking the shot, he also left a note.
The written note, we believe, what did exist, and we have evidence to show what was in that note, which is, and I'm going to summarize, basically saying, the suspect wrote a note saying, "I have the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I'm going to take it." That note was written before the shooting.
That note was in Robinson and his trans lover's home. It was later destroyed, but we don't know by who. At one point, Robinson was a normal kid, good grades, Christian, conservative family, but then something snapped.
I'll tell you what snapped. As I've said, I have my views. I'm in the nerd gaming world. I can't go on to I can't just be myself in the world of gaming. I can't do it. I can't be and what I mean by that is I'm not going to go to any mainstream gaming things and wear my MAGA hoodie. They're not going to allow it. I'm not going to get any endorsement deals being, with Geeks and Gamers because I'm a Trump supporter. We have to be very careful with our Discord and all of that shit because they've made it very clear in the nerd world, which is predominantly young men, that you can be as left as you want. You can say the worst shit imaginable as a lefty. But if you're a conservative, you better shut up because we're going to silence you. That's the narrative that they've created. It's the thing that Twitch is doing. It's the thing that Discord has done. This is what they have created.
Appear to have been multiple warning signs. Family members said he'd become more political, leading us to believe that this ideology had infected him and had taken over. I think it's pretty clear based on the statements of family members, friends, and some of the messaging we have on these digital footprints left behind that he clearly had some obsession with Charlie Kirk.
Robinson went into a dark world and came out a killer.
Your FBI is investigating the potential role of left-wing organizations in the assassination. I'm wondering if you think if Charlie Kirk's assassin worked alone or if he worked with you.
I don't know. I mean, I can tell you he didn't work alone on the internet because it seems that he became radicalized on the internet.
If your fingerprints are anywhere near this assassination, you're going down.
Do you plan on designating Antifa finally a domestic terror organization?
Well, it's something I would do, yeah. If I have support from the people back here, I think we'd start with Pam, I think. But I would, if you give me, I would do that 100%. And also, I've been speaking to the Attorney General about bringing RICO against some of the people that you've been reading about that have been putting up millions and millions of dollars for agitation.
It's not just political assassins. Icebreakers, mostly peaceful protesters, and the people who fund them are about to get crushed.
There are these nonprofit entities that organize, as the president mentioned, attacks on ICE officers, attacks on Border Patrol agents, organized doxing campaigns, which are a violation of federal law. They break off cement and they bring into riots. They have organized drop points for weapons, organized drop points for gas masks, organized drop points for all the materials necessary to launch a riot. And I think the key point the president's been making is somebody is paying for all of this. This is not happening for free. And so under the president's direction, the attorney general is going to find out who is paying for it, and they will now be criminally liable for paying for violence.
These radical groups have been running wild for far too long, funding the destruction of our country. Now it's time to destroy them.
We are going to channel all of the anger that we have over the organized campaign that led to this assassination to uproot and dismantle these terrorist networks. With God as my witness, we are going to use every resource we have at the Department of Justice, Homeland Security, and throughout this government to identify, disrupt, dismantle, and destroy these networks and make America safe again for the American people. It will happen, and we will do it in Charlie's name.
I'm so hung up on the suicide watch thing. Like, if this person is on suicide watch, I'm just going to say this right now. If this person is on suicide watch, which they are reporting that he is, and something happens to him, all credibility will be gone. They're already on shaky ground with a huge portion of the internet. And if something happens after they have admitted that they know, that's going to be a huge problem. And I will not defend them at all. If this person ends up eliminating himself, I will not defend them at all. Because you're telling us now that the person that assassinated Charlie Kirk is on you-know-what watch. There is zero chance that he should be able to be put in a position now to be able to do anything. Like, in my mind, they've got him strapped to a bed or whatever where he has no use of his arms or legs or anything right now, and he's probably having to be force-fed shit or whatever. That would be like, straight jacket. Somebody said a straight jacket. Like, so if he ends up, leaving us, the credibility will be gone. And all of those theories out there, you have just given so much justification to those theories. And I will not defend the Trump administration at all if something ends up happening to this person. I will not defend them at all. So you better keep this dude alive, and you better get to the bottom of all of this shit. Eric Hayes says, Jeremy said, I'm not really gay, but $50 is $50. You know, it is what it is, right? L Wings Secret Garden says, Destiny has also recently said conservatives need to feel afraid of being shot to force their representatives to bring down the temperature. Steel Storm says, do what we want or we will game end you, Destiny. GM says, I'm a trans woman supporter. I watch on mute. You're hot. Thank you for the 5. Matt Fox says, Trump said he'd like to designate Antifa a terrorist organization, might use RICO to go after them. Like I said, they ended Harvey. Now they get Trump Batman. Tactician Musician says they let Irina's killer out of jail. If there was anything that warranted a UK level million person protest in NC, just saying. Too Tired says Patel looks sick. I'm not sure I'm not sure he's going to last. Cosmic Cowboy for 20 says when I worked corrections, we had S-watches. We had to watch and check every 5 to 10 minutes around the clock until they were reevaluated. All they get on S-watch is a smock, a blanket, and finger food. Noted. River Miles says chat endorses Geeks and Gamers and Jeremy Prime, myself included. That's what I'm talking about. That's all that matters. That's the only way we've been able to get where we are is because you, the people. I mean, I'm currently, you know, like we had a meeting with Rumble and mapped out basically our 3-year plan of what we want to accomplish in 3 years. And of course, I mean, it's a lot of freaking money. And, you know, I don't think that like they looked at it and they were like, oh, you guys need that much. I was like, well, I mean, we're talking about a huge operation we're trying to create down in Orlando. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, it's going to cost a lot of money. I'm not even going to repeat how much money here, but over 3 years, if we, you know, make the right moves and all that, it'll take about 3 years. So, but we'll see what happens. Real Smile Bit, $20 super chat says, okay, for the people in the chat that keep saying that Irina's killer is out of jail is not true. That's what I was saying. I was like, I've heard conflicting reports. I've heard this is let me finish your super chats and we'll go. Irina's killer is out of jail is not true. Judge put him on a mental hospital for 60-day evaluation. He is not out free and roaming the streets. Now, if you agree or disagree with the judge is one thing, but please stop being disingenuous about him being out of jail like he is out on the streets. Thank you. This is what I kept saying. I'm like, I'm hearing conflicting reports on this. I don't know if it's true. And this is what happens on Twitter all day long. All day long, people just read it. And again, I still don't agree that he should be put in a mental hospital either, by the way. So I 1000% don't agree with that. This dude needs to be locked up like the animal that he is. But yeah, I mean, a lot of this stuff on Twitter just gets passed around and people just eat it up. So Amenti for 10 says Destiny belongs in prison and Twitch needs to be dissolved for supporting his rhetoric and the rhetoric of Hassan Piker. Ministry of Wrong Things says, I love that Trump is having Stephen Miller run point on the retribution campaign. He's unfathomably based. I can barely say that word, and doesn't give a she what the media left says. Alan Tenesi says, I'm arguing with my tarded leftist friend on Instagram. He defends what Destiny said. He just keeps pointing out J6 and Melissa Hortman as that equals all the violence coming from the left. Well, arguing with a retarded leftist is never going to be helpful. You're always going to end up in a bad place. So Jay Ritzy says, if a gunshot follows an opinion, the issue isn't the opinion. It's the one too weak to handle it. Thank you for the 20, brother. I just read it how he sent it. I mean, I'll say shit, but he said she. Just talk about football. Jeremy Osteen says, wow, I'm cute. You know what? I just saw a meme. This is how I would look at that. This is me looking at half the memes that you guys create. This is me responding. Okay. Let me find it. This is me responding to all these damn memes that you guys are always posting of us. Right here. Here we go. Here we go. This is me.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Dude is not impressed at all, man. He does not want to be there at all. Oh gosh, that's great, man. That guy's cool. That guy's awesome. So I'm trying to find it. There was a scene in Police Academy 2. Do you guys remember the Police Academy movies? There was a scene. Damn it. Let's see. Police Academy. I love the Police Academy movies, by the way. They're so great. Police Academy 2. See if I can find it. Proctor. Police Academy 2. Is this it? Okay. I hope I can play this without getting hit. Okay. So this scene right here, okay? So this is they're brothers. And he's stressed out. The guy in the white, he's stressed out. And how many of you remember this scene? This is so good, dude. And he hits him in the head with, I think, a piece of chicken. This has been forever since I saw this, but right here, let's see.
If I don't do something quick, I'm out
So you could tell he's nervous with all the flipping and all that, all right?
of a job. You're saying I'm too old. You're saying I'm losing. You're saying that I'm paranoid. They're all out to get together. Hey. Sorry for relax.
Right here.
Sorry. Just a strain, that's all. You stupid bastard.
Don't know why. I don't know why it's so funny. That piece of shrimp just flies and hits him in the head. And he's like, you stupid bastard.
I'm sorry. Just a strain, that's all. You stupid bastard.
Dude. Oh my gosh. The Police Academy movies are legendary. They're some of the greatest comedies of all time. They are the best. Oh my gosh. I want to watch them. I haven't watched those movies in forever. Oh man. Yes, that's Ryan. Yes. All right. Ann Jeanette, Tree Bear, all the memers out there. You guys have to make me as Captain Lassard or Commandant Lassard. And then Ryan has to be the brother. All right. And Ryan's like complaining about whatever. And I'm like trying to make Ryan like, oh, it's okay. That is perfect. That is perfect. Oh, man. Dermy Wormy says, I am only watching because I'm stuck at work. Love you, bud. Hail 199. Thank you, Dermy Wormy. I actually got to get back to you. I apologize, brother. You hit me up a while back about a question. DM me right now and just as a reminder, I'll get back to you. I get so much going on. I completely just lose track of time sometimes, but I didn't forget. Vice for 10 says, Metatron just made a Destiny video that has a clip of Destiny saying during a gaming stream that he's going to genocide conservatives. Holy crap. Holy crap. Aaron James says he is strapped to a chair, head hooded, tiny room, no toilet, just a hole so he can grow himself, or so he can't groan himself. Every third day he has 15 minutes to shower. Well, and again, that's why I look at this And that's why I say, like, they cannot screw this up, because there's no reason this guy should be able to do anything. So as long as nothing happens to him, that's fine. But if something happens to this dude, they're not going to have any credibility. None. Spiderfinger says, let's redefine the word savage to them. After all, we are Americans. Spiderfinger says, don't let Irina's killer into society. Society will be more cruel to him than prison. We've had enough. Eric Case says, a Japanese restaurant guy has the same expression as the mods when Jeremy streams. Jeremy Osteen says, fixed pick. Grindo Drum says, just finished Cyberpunk 2077 patch 2.3. Even glitchy code can evolve into something legendary. RIP Charlie. Thanks for the coverage, Jeremy Beardo Fat. Hey, thank you. Appreciate it, man. Glad you're enjoying it. And I think we're going to end it there. It's been nearly 3 hours. So we had a good stream. I appreciate you guys hanging out. And you guys are the best. And I really hope that somebody says, Jeremy, the dude is in state prison, not federal. So it's really not the Fed's fault if something happens. I don't know I don't know specifically about that, but like this person, I don't know about that. I don't know how that works, but like this guy is a threat to national security. Him being alive is a threat. He's got to be alive. So I don't really know how that works, but like if he is a threat to national security, we have to have people that are focused on him from a Fed level. But again, I don't know how it works. So gaming stream tonight. Not tonight. I got some other work to do. So what's up, Linko Kenobi in the chat? But thank you guys for hanging out and being as awesome as you are. Really appreciate it. So it has been a crazy week. It's going to continue to be a crazy week. I will try my best to navigate through the internet to the best of my ability. I personally have never seen Twitter crazier than it is right now. And it is difficult to kind of filter through a lot of the stuff that we're seeing. And I get it. I mean, I see stuff too, and I'm just like, oh yeah, okay, cool. But like it's really tough. There's a lot of, I don't like using the word misinformation because it's a gay word that the Democrats always use for no reason at all. I just think it's chaotic. It's chaos. And this is the internet. And if everybody's going to have a voice, this is what we're going to have. And I have no problem with that. But filtering through that stuff is difficult. Samuel Moore for $9.99 says, hey, Jeremy, love your content. Tyler is at the corrections facility 5 minutes away from where I'm at. If he deletes himself, things are going to blow up so bad, even here in Utah. I agree completely. Well, thank you, brother. I appreciate the support and I appreciate all of you. So, you guys have GG Play Highlights says, let's see, being LXYZ2R to Z2S is the new veganism. You can't go anywhere without them throwing that at you, whether you ask for it or not, then berate you for not understanding how important their announcement is. Thank you, Geeks and Gamers Play Highlights. All right. Tactician Musician says, we need to let Ripa know what happened to Charlie. I think he does. He's been making some good videos over there. So Laughing Man says, Jeremy never played Trump 199 or 199 from earlier. Fine. Here we go. Laughing Man won't leave me alone. So we will end on Sydney Sweeney because, of course, that's okay by everybody. Right?
Should I do it?
Do not come.
Come on, baby. Come on. I'm gonna do it.
Do not come.
I'm gonna come. Beautiful white paint. It's coming down at 10,000 miles an hour. It's coming down at levels of speed that nobody ever even conceived of. Where it's rough, but it's coming and now it's turned around. It turns around and it's coming and it's gonna, I said, oh, because you see at that bottom, this section right here, that sucker's, oh.
All right, everyone. I hope you have a great night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. We got Tuesday's main event tomorrow. I'll probably do a Cobra Cast before then. You guys have a good night, and we will talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.